Take me home to the place I belong. All right,
Okay.
Hey guys, part 2 of the anniversary. We're back with more questions. We just had to take a break and get some ice cream. And it was
coffee.
And coffee. And it
Cinnamon
was
bun
delicious.
and more wine.
Oh my god, it was so good.
Oh
All right.
god, so cheap. If anybody is in the Bryan area, go to Southern Ice Cream.
Dude,
we're not sponsored.
3
but,
scoops, $8.
yeah,
And they're big ass mongoloid scoops. Like,
and these are diabetes-inducing ice cream
got
scoops.
cinnamon
Yes.
bun and like, bruh, this shit was like, we probably shouldn't have got it because it was so sweet. It put Phil into a diabetic coma, and I almost followed suit.
I laid down on the couch. I laid down on the couch and I threw on an audiobook and I was like, all right, like we're gonna watch this video on YouTube and
Motherfucker conked.
Yep.
All right,
Okay.
moving on to the next question. It's by we're not doing the names anymore. Fuck. Do you guys think we'll ever see Chaos Dragons in the game, or will they forever be Golden Boy exclusive?
I think they're gonna be Golden Boy exclusive.
Man, that kind of sucks though.
But-
because I agree with you,
but-
but it looks so good.
But I think we could see maybe like they bring back the Manticore.
Or something, yeah.
Yeah.
Man, the Manticore is in the game.
Does Chaos have any
It's
good
just
flying?
really badly designed.
Does
Yeah.
Chaos have any good flying mounts?
The Manticore.
Besides Drogo, fucking Archaea. Yeah.
Not really.
Do I think Chaos would get them? No. Do I wish they would? Yes, because Chaos Dragons look baller as fuck.
Yeah.
But it'll probably be a Golden Boy exclusive because, like, if Dracothion saw Chaos Dragons, he'd be like, no, not in my house. Pow! And would fucking annihilate them.
Yep. As you are now starting to grow within the larger Warhammer community, do you have goals to invite bigger or more interesting guests onto the podcast? Are we not good enough for you?
I know,
For
right?
discussion.
God.
or
Why don't you
or
just
even
tell us we're
interviews.
shit?
Oh. Honestly, I would love to try to get one of the authors.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
that would be
Like
dope.
Lorehammer did. It. Baller as fuck.
Yeah, if we could, I would love to.
We would love to do guests, 100%. But, like, I'm not sure if we're, like, there yet. But if we ever did, it'd
Like,
be baller as fuck.
Yeah.
Like, if we were to get an author, I feel like you would need to have, like, a studio or something, not just, like, your upstairs of your apartment. Know what I mean?
This
Like,
is the studio.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
I just kind of feel like it need to be a little more official, but, like, I feel like that's a ways off. But,
Yeah.
yes, I think we'd all love to have guests. That would be amazing. And realistically, the only place to go is up. So, like, bigger and better shit is kind of gonna come naturally. So.
Joke's on you. I'm leaving.
Get out! All right, next question.
I found his replacement, don't worry.
Okay, cool.
Fuck both of you, bitch.
Yeah, Sean.
Broke ass bitch ain't got time to get his ass out here.
Okay, next fucking quest. Phil's like, how could you?
What are the army and sub faction of choice for both 40k and Age of Sigmar?
I'm going to assume you're asking what our personal armies are for both.
Or like the
Like your
best
personal favorite faction.
Faction.
Sub-faction.
Imperium and the forces of war, or the
that's an army, not and sub faction, not alliance.
you get alliance and that's it.
Like what Space Marine chapter?
Yeah, salamanders.
And then AOS. I'll be right back.
Seraphon.
Yeah.
Salamanders and Seraphon.
Mine, honestly,
That being said, I do fucking love Tyranids. I just like salamanders a little bit more.
so I love Genestealer cults with a weirdly burning passion.
But it's fucking Necrons. We both know it.
no, it's actually really Genestealer cult.
Really?
And it's this
Okay, but you have to take lore into account too and whatnot.
Necron lore is better, but deep into my heart,
Trazen has the entirety of Necron lore on his back. I put the team on my back.
I grew up as a StarCraft player. The Infected in StarCraft, I loved
Zergrush.
with such a burning passion.
Okay, theoretically.
And in my mind, I see the Genestealer cults as the infected.
Okay, theoretically, this is completely total tangent, just real quick. How much of a shit would you drop if they announced StarCraft 3?
You know, that would make my entire year, because not only would that be my favorite game, because StarCraft 2 is one of my like absolute all-time favorite games.
So good.
Husky just started releasing StarCraft content again after 10-year hiatus.
And it's like,
And like I
sus.
used to watch that guy all the damn time. Him and Sean Plott, which is Day 9 TV. Because that's how Sean Plott really started his live streaming career, was through StarCraft. So yeah. If you're wondering who Sean Plott is, that is the guy who typically hosts E3.
okay. Do you think it's kind of sus that he's making content again after 10 years? Like maybe something's coming down the pipes?
No, I know why he left. He left due to health issues, which he always looked very healthy. But
okay, so maybe he's just feeling better now. He feels up to it. Okay. All right. Well, next.
Bruh.
Oh wait a minute! I didn't finish. I didn't finish.
Shit.
What
I didn't even go,
To be fair, y'all
motherfucker.
did it to me too. So fuck off.
What Gene Stealer Colts is Bladed Cog, because I just love the idea of just them in Forge Worlds. And for Age of Sigmar, God, that's difficult.
You know, you gotta say Dark Elves.
Do I though?
Okay, Marathi, mommy, come on now. Look me
That's
in my
not Dark
eyes.
Elves.
That's not really dark.
Sisters of Cain, whatever the fuck.
Daughters.
Daughters
Like,
of Cain.
I
what
do
the
like
fuck.
Daughters of Cain. They have really good lore. God, that's such a difficult.
Okay, well,
one.
you have so many army. There's Daughters of Cain, Lady Thick Thighs,
Gobos.
Gobos, Night Haunt, Soul Blight.
By the way,
Yeah, working on it.
Julie, this one's for you. You're probably not listening.
No, she doesn't listen.
Give me my
God damn
goddamn
it,
Night
Julie.
Haunt back.
Give me
You should be like, hey, Julie, you should try to listen to part 2 of the anniversary episode.
at like 6:50. I really can't choose one for Age of Sigmar
That's fair.
because it's really difficult to do so.
So you're abstaining from the AOS one.
Yes.
Phil?
So for AOS,
Stormcast Eternals.
Stormcast Eternals, Hammers of Sigmar. For AOS, or for fucking 40k, Space Marines, Imperial Fists.
Oh my god!
Who would have thought?
Who would have fucking thunk it?
Yep.
All right. Next
Except for
question.
30k. 30k is Emperor Children. Got to run boys.
Oh yeah, okay, 30k for me, Ultramarines.
30k for me.
Wait, really?
Yeah, no, yeah. Dude, is that a surprise to you?
I almost played Ultramarines over Salamanders. I really do enjoy Ultramarines. Like taking away like the whole like the third war. Like I really enjoy the like we are jacks of all trade, master of none, but still better than the master of one vibe they have. I also find it fucking hilarious that the Ultramarines are incapable of building anything, but goddamn if they can't take something someone else built and make it better.
Bro, one thing that I read recently that I 100% agree with is someone commented on the fact that, like, someone was commenting on the fact, why do all the 40k Space Marines all feel the same, but all the 30k Space Marines seem so much more interesting?
Codex Astartes, that's why.
Well, no, not just that, but think about 30k. The 30k Space Marines, it was very much more like a classic military training regiment.
Mm-hmm.
In 40k, you go through so much hypno-indoctrination to make you immune or resistant to
chaos
the
and
chaos,
shit like that.
and also to ensure that you are loyal to the Imperium of Man. Like,
Because back during 30k, they didn't have to worry about traitors and
all
shit.
the Ultramarines sound almost fucking identical because they've been literally brainwashed into being the perfect Ultramarine.
Yep.
The Imperial Fists all sound the same because they've been brainwashed to be the perfect Imperial Fist.
Mm-hmm.
Not to mention, they had their genetics tweaked with, so they're all, to a certain extent, sharing the same genetic code now as well that gives them a predisposition to behave like their Primarch. So, like, yeah, of course the 30k Space Marines sound more interesting because, like,
The 40k
none of that
Space
shit
Marines
happened.
have to be fucking brainwashed or like chaos
But-
to be like swiggity swig, hippity hoppity. I'm taking your property.
Yeah, whereas the 30k Space Marines...
Chaos wasn't really a thing yet during like.
Yeah, like during the early days of the Great Crusade, like that shit wasn't an issue.
It was just called
So,
Beast
like-
of Chaos if you wanted demons. But realistically, it was just Space Marine on Space Marine
and
violence.
even then, like, you didn't get chaos until the Horus Heresy. So you're still talking about a 200-year time period where Space Marines, their whole shtick was just they could run around and be who they genuinely were, as long as they followed the commands. And like, a bunch of them had traits that were similar to each other because of the gene seed, but like they weren't brainwashed.
Well, they were also like they were so much larger and so much more defined by their Primarch that they could be a lot more different.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
especially like in 40k, codex compliant chapters like Salamanders, Ultramarines, Imperial Fists, Raven Guard, White Scars, and yada yada yada. They all follow the Codex Astartes, so to a certain extent, they're all following the same set of rules. Only realistic, like Blood Angels, Space Wolves, and Black Templars, and I think one other ones are the really. Dark Angels. I don't think Dark Angels are Codex compliant.
They're not.
Yeah,
they're Codex.
Codex. Like if you want to have space in 40k that feel different, like at fucking all, you have to go with non-Codex compliant, and even still, it's not a gigantic change. Realistically, you just get some units that have some different armors and shit. Like the space will have the whole like a Viking drip,
or like the Dark Angels. If you take the Deathwing, can take Terminators as troops.
Yeah, and like fucking Blood Angels have their whole like pretty boy aesthetic and whatnot, and Death Company and things like that. But like you're running Salamanders, like your special thing is like we have Melta. If you're running Space Marines, Ultramarines, your big thing is like we kind of do a little bit of Earth thing. If you're doing White Scars, you're like I have bikes, and that's like that's as much as you get.
Yeah,
when
if
it
you're
comes
doing
to
White
diversity.
Scars, you're like I have meth. I mean motor vehicles.
Yep.
So like that's it's a little frustrating, but it's also lore accurate. Yeah. All right, next question.
Do you feel that GW should have made an effort to adjust or slowly rewrite fantasy like they have been doing with 40k? Not that AOS is bad, but should fantasy have been given up as it has?
If we're not accounting for money and sales and whatnot, yes.
Yeah.
But I also understand that companies got to make money whether they need it or not. So taking in like sales and whatnot, I understand why they
fantasy
did it.
was just not
It was
selling.
dead. It was dead. Like I will always hate how End Times went. That'll never stop. But I understand why they did it, even if I disagree.
And
But if I had my way,
love what they
yes.
have done with Age of Sigmar because it truly is just a fun game.
100%.
And
Game wise, it's fun. We have our issues with the lore, but
Realistically, that's
we're able to separate the two.
You're not really gonna be able to look at AOS and be like, tasty fantasy / 40k lore vibes until we have like another 10 years on it.
Yeah,
That's just how it is.
It's just young. That's the thing.
It's just young, which was weird because it's almost 10 years old, and for a game that for a tabletop game that can be pretty old for some, but like just comparing it to like Big Daddy 40k or Big Daddy Fantasy, like it's not. It's still, it's not even a third of their age yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's only been out for less than 10 years now.
Yeah, 2015. 2015. So yeah, it's almost 10 years old, but 40k is what, almost 40 years old now? No, it's over because it was in the 80s. 40k came out in the 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah, 40k is
maybe.
40k is like probably somewhere around 40 years old.
Yeah.
Because 40k came out pretty quick after Fantasy, but Fantasy was first.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then it also depends whether or not you slice it up as Rogue Trader.
Yeah.
But anyway, moving on.
What subfaction would you like to get more support?
I feel like a broken record, but Cities of Sigmar. But that's because Cities of Sigmar
Technically, they're a whole ass faction, but yes.
But they let me rephrase. If Cities of Sigmar could have sub-factions, which would just be like High Elves, Dark Elves, Dwarfs, humans.
If a specific sub-faction, and I can only choose a sub-faction, Astral Templars for Stormcast Eternals. They're my favorite Storm host.
What do they have that'd be worth them getting more stuff? Just different shit. Like, do they have enough different shit?
I think when they say sub faction, I think they mean like within a alliance, a grand alliance.
Oh, Flesh Eater Courts.
Yeah, Flesh Eater Courts.
Flesh Eater Courts, 100%. If we can't do City of Sigmar, Flesh Eater Courts, because realistically it's just like we have woogity boogity spooky flesh people, and that's about as far as it goes.
Yeah,
Yeah, Flesh Eater Courts. They feel a lot like
Soulblight? No.
Yeah.
They feel a lot like Soulblight because they're just the ghouls, and ghouls used to be part of vampires in fantasy. So like, they're just the crypt ghouls and shit separated.
Yeah, I wish the Flesh Eaters and the Flesh Eater and the Soulblight had a little more distinction between them and a little more distinction.
Oh
in their
no!
model lines.
There's a lot of distinction. It's just Flesh Eater Courts. A lot of their similarities comes from the Terrorgeist and Zombie Dragons.
I kind of feel
they use a lot of the same like super basic disposable like zombies and skellies.
Flesh Eater, of course, does not. It's just ghouls.
Oh, really?
Honestly,
Yeah, it's only
I
ghouls.
thought they used zombies and skellies.
and I might be wrong about this because I haven't looked a whole lot into this faction, but just from what I've seen personally, I kind of feel like maybe Fire Slayers could use some more diversity because like a lot of times Fire Slayers is like, what do you got? I have 40 shirtless men, and that's like your entire. I have 40 shirtless men, 1 Magmadroth, and Gotrek, and that's your.
I
entire
hope you
army.
like painting skin tone.
Yeah.
Skin tone.
It's gonna be a lot of white and a lot of white and a lot of ginger, and that's
I hope
gonna
you
be your
like
whole army.
sprinting.
What are you doing? I'm getting up in your shit, or I'm gonna die trying. So
Yep.
I feel like, considering how their army composition is, it'd be nice if they had a lot more like basic infantry types because
this
it's just
is
like
why-
shirtless dual axing dudes or shirtless big axing dudes, and that's like basically it.
This is why I want the Carracks to come back because
Yeah.
then
They could
you
add,
because granted, my big exposure to Slayers is through fantasy or not fantasy, Warhammer Total War, but like in there, Slayers are just a sub faction, and like unless you're playing the guy whose whole shtick is Slayers, you don't use Slayers as the backbone of your army. You use them as anti-large infantry specialists.
But they're still good melee specials. But you can have Slayers backed up by fucking organ guns.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I feel like Fire
grudge
Slayer,
throwers.
or Fire Slayers could, or just Quarlers.
Yeah.
But I feel like Fire Slayers could definitely use a little more diversification. And like I said, I haven't looked much into it, so they might have the diversity, but how I've seen them play is once again it's just like shirtless angry men and maybe a Gotrek.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, next one is will we ever get an updated Seraphon episode?
We might do a little bit and cover the new models, but that's not very high on our priority list.
The main problem with that is like they haven't gotten a whole bunch of new lore, as far as I'm aware.
Oh yeah, because that's mostly just new monsters.
That's just new models.
Yeah,
there might be
they're
some
models.
lore for the new monsters, but they haven't gotten. Like,
Yeah.
If we're gonna do an updated Seraphon episode, it's literally just gonna be like a
if
20-minute oh yeah, here's the little blurb
if y'all
about the
ever
new
wonder why
models.
the Seraphon episode goes so much more in depth with the models than a lot of the other race breakdowns, because Seraphon don't have a lot of lore.
Yeah, they really
But
don't.
that's kind of the point, because they're like the weird, spooky Jurassic Park angels that no one fucking sees until they hot drop down from the heavens, eat some chaos dudes, and fuck off.
Yeah.
Back to the realm of thought. So it's like,
Yeah. Did you guys play Warhammer Fantasy when it was still running?
No.
I had models, never played. But that was more just because like I was like, oh, models are cool, and my mom wanted me to have a hobby and not play video games all day.
Yeah.
What would it take for you guys to do this full time?
A lot more money.
Yeah, I actually read this question beforehand, and like I hate this question, not because it's a bad question, but because the answer is so shitty, but just more money for the Patreon.
Yeah. I mean, literally, if we wanted to do this as a full-time job, that would mean that we would need to get paid like a full-time job.
But at the same time, like we would be doing a lot more.
And, like point fucking blank, if the Patreon was making like $15K a month, split 3 ways, that'd be $5K each of us a month.
Yeah.
Like
that's $60K per person.
y'all would
per annum.
we would be shitting out content.
Yeah.
So much. Like,
because then we could afford to do this.
yeah, and
as
this
a
is not
full-time
me
job.
sitting here like trying to be like, oh, give us more money, but I'm just saying, like, realistically, like, it would need more cash. But if it ever gets to that point, like, y'all gotta get your bowls ready. We come back for seconds and thirds because there'd be fucking content everywhere.
Because not only that, like it wouldn't just be the podcast; it would be battle reports.
We would do
And, like, at that point,
literally
we could,
everything under the sun.
Yeah, we talked about like, oh, we'd love to have like an author on. Like, if we're making that kind of fuck off money, we can pay an author to show up.
Yeah,
and then we can like talk to them, and then we can have like Henry Cavill show up and be like, hey, how do you feel about AOS?
Look at his reflection. He's because he's cute.
We're looking at Mitchell's cat. He's adorable.
Fastest.
But no,
yeah,
like,
it sounds like a really shitty answer because like give us more money, but that's kind of the truth because like Mitchell has a really good job. Phil's going to school. I have a steady job and I stay at home to take care of the house and whatnot, and like those are our obligations to do, and like we can't just not do them.
It's not also it's like I just don't have a job. It's like my job is my career. It's a career.
He went to school for this.
It's a career focused job.
Yeah. And like right now, my whole shtick is that I'm in a program that so like I'm basically going to college. The difference is that the college I'm going to, it doesn't work off a semester system. It works off a trimester system. So there's three semesters a year, for lack of a better word. There's 3 semesters a year: spring, summer, and fall. And then I get like a 1 month break in the winter, and that's it. And the rest. And right now I'm on a really easy course load. But because of that, that means my next 3 semesters worth of course load are all like 15 hours.
Yeah, that's because you had some classes drop that were out of your control this semester. You have to cram them into your next semester.
Exactly. The one saving grace is that I transferred in a bunch of credits. So like all of my non-relevant courses got taken care of. So now
it's just beforehand. Like the shit you have to do in that.
Yeah, and then like my last semester is going to be an internship. But it's going to be an internship while I'm also going to school because I'm technically double majoring.
So miserable, basically.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
It's going to be rough. Yeah. But yeah, like it's a shitty answer, but realistically, it just comes down to like
it may not even have to be that much because like after a certain period of time, I was like, I would love to get comfortable just to be able to like move. If we could all 3 move to a different city to open up a store.
Yeah. Like, okay, here's a better way to word it. It would need to be enough money for us all to be comfortable with giving up our current lives.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, that I'm not saying, like, it has to be, like, $50K or something. Like, maybe it's $5K, maybe it's 10. Who fucking knows? But it would have to be large enough for the 3 of us who are like, hey, we're, like...
To be able to accept the risk.
Serious cash. Like, are we able to accept the risk of, like, doing this full time because we're making so much cash and, like, try to make a go at this?
Yeah.
That's the only way I see it. Unless like some gigantic sponsorship swoops out of fucking left field and it's like, hey, I'm gonna pay you like $80K a year or some stupid fucking number to do this.
Maybe which one of the Lorecast guys was it that worked at a bank? Or not Lorecast, Lorehammer guys.
Oh, like yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Unless he like shows up out of nowhere and is like, hey, so like I talked to my bank and we're willing to loan you like
Can you shut that door? I will shut the door.
And we're willing to loan you like $60,000, like no.
But at the end of the day, even that, it just comes down to cash.
Yeah.
Like, we would have, because, like, there is an amount of risk, because, like, I have a girlfriend together for a long time. Like, we have a life together. Mitchell has his career. Phil's trying to get his career. And it's like, there's a lot of shit behind our lives that we've built, and it would just need to be worth it.
Yeah. Okay, moving on.
God, I hated that answer so much. What do you need? I need more money. It's like, fuck, I feel so greedy and icky.
That has more to do with the fact that you also hate gifts in general.
I know, but even still, it just kind of sounds shitty when it's like, oh, we love your content. How can you make more of it? Pay us.
Yeah. Would you play AOS Tabletop Sim with Discord members or Patreon?
We already do.
It's really, I got to find the time.
Yeah.
Like, it's... Again, it's just I've been ungodly stressful at work for the past year.
Yeah. So that's one of those things is that with Patreon members, again, the hard part is finding time. But with Patreon members, like if we had a Patreon member who came up and was like, "Hey, I want to play a game of AOS with y'all on Tabletop Simulator," like we'd be down for that.
We have the mods.
Yeah.
And like I've said it once and I'll say it again. Like I'm not always super financially stable, but if a Patreon or Discord member was like, "Hey, I want to play TTS," and you do the TTS, but I don't have the game. If I could afford it, I would just get it for you because I know we do things on there with the community and whatnot, and I don't mind because TTS isn't super expensive. So we already interact in TTS with the community. So the answer is yes, I guess. Next question is. If you can wipe one faction from the game, which one would it be?
Archeon.
Faction?
Bro, Archeon's a faction in and of himself.
He's the slave. It's the Slaves of Darkness, but yeah. Your flavor of Archeon.
Yeah, like because that's a legit list. It's just Archeon with a bunch of bunch of buffers.
Well, yeah, because Archeon's basically a one-man wrecking crew.
Sons of Bahamut.
Sons of Bahamut.
Yep.
Like if it's an actual faction, Sons of Bahamut.
Moving on. You're in charge of the next start of an edition event. What would it look like, and with what factions would be the stars?
Oh man, okay.
Bro, I would fucking love to see Deepkin versus Realm Lords.
As a starter, that would be pretty cool.
That'd be cool as fuck. Eden at Deepkin versus Lumineth Realm Lords. Like that'd be the star event.
So
and it's Techless like I found you, motherfuckers! Like I'm gonna kill his kids.
It's pretty good.
Because I could also see, like, if that happened, and then we could get, like, a Tyrion of Tyrion and be like, hey, Tekla, stop killing your kids, or something like that. Like, I think that'd be cool as fuck.
That could be interesting.
And that'd play really well into the lore, because why did the Deepkin fuck off? Because they thought Teclis was trying to kill them.
Yeah. So maybe instead it's not the
It's Teclis coming to
it's
cleanse
not the Realm Lords attacking the Deepkin. It's the Deepkin going, okay, we're getting ahead of this and we're gonna fuck you up now, so you can't kill us.
Yeah,
first.
whatever it is.
I think,
I would love to see Deepkin versus Realm Lords. That'd be cool as fuck. I think.
For me, what I think I would do is... Did it say next edition?
Next edition event. So I'm assuming, it'll be like
okay, so next edition event, Slaanesh breaks free. And it would be Slaanesh versus Cities of Sigmar.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
Or that is cool. I like that. But
Because
going
like
from,
a
a lore perspective, though,
well,
I think...
let me explain my lore behind
All right.
it. So, and the lore behind it would be that, like, Slaanesh breaks free. All of a sudden, you now have an absolute fucking shitload of...
Baby Phils, Hedonites.
Yeah, of, like, hedonistic cults popping up.
Mm-hmm.
And so now, and with the Cities of Sigmar getting their revamp, this is where we get to see them fully revamped, full new army rules, things like that.
Right.
And they're showing up, and their whole shtick is they're, like, the defenders of their cities, and they're coming in to shut down the cults.
So same kind of thing. Slaanesh breaks free, but instead of Slaanesh versus the Cities of Sigmar, it's Slaanesh versus Shadow Elves. Where Slaanesh
Or
breaks
elves
free
in general, yeah.
Well, because then we'll get Malarion in the Shadow Elves. Slaanesh is like, I'll break it free, and Malarion's like, no, put that thing back where it came from, or so help me.
Have Malarion.
Nope.
Yeah, no.
That would be the introduction of the Shadow Elves, and Malarion being like, put that thing back where it came from, or so help me.
Actually, yeah, I can see that too.
Like your idea is great.
Yeah,
I'm not shitting on it. I'm just saying, but it could also be like.
Also, then with that, with the Cities of Sigmar, then we get what was the name of that the Herald of Sigmar from Fantasy?
Vaten?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then we get Vultan as a saint.
Oh, that'd be hot.
As a living saint.
That'd be fucking
Kinda
hot.
like
If
Celestine.
brings it back, but not as a Stormcast, but like as like a saint
Yeah,
of
no,
humanity.
he's literally a priest, and literally he's just like, haha, I channel the power of Sigmar, bitch.
Yeah, that'd be fucking cool. All right, Mitchell, what's yours?
I really like the Shadow Elves idea.
Shadow Elves versus Slaanesh, or Shadow Elves versus
Do you know what else?
something else?
Do you know what else I could see like being really fucking cool?
Well,
Oh, no.
let him finish
Okay.
first.
So, a good idea on, like, I want to see something that would flesh out and kind of like uniform Beastmen.
Like the rise,
Okay.
like the rise
Okay.
of the herd or something like that.
Yeah. And
What's that end time event in Total War?
I don't think Beastmen have one.
I thought they did.
but it would be Beastmen versus Cities of Sigmar.
Wild Hunt.
The Wild Hunt is what
No,
else.
that's what else.
else.
Fuck.
Beastmen versus Cities of Sigmar.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Here's-
that could be another cool thing too.
Here's one that I thought of just a second ago. That I think it'd be super fucking cool. Is instead of like Chaos Ascended, it'd be Chaos Discordant, and it's literally Chaos fighting themselves.
Yeah, Slaanesh
like-
breaks out, and then all the Chaos Gods
Like,
are like,
Slaanesh
fuck.
breaks out, and Korn's like, "You bitch," and then Nurgle's like, "Well, fuck it." Looks at Tzeentch, "You bitch," and the whole thing is Chaos fighting Chaos.
That would be dope.
Like you had the Age of Chaos where they fuck shit up, and then Sigmar came in, fucked it up. They're trying to have a foothold, and Archons keeps it together. But then Slaanesh breaks free, causes a bunch of head ass shit, and the gods are like, "Well, we've given the Mortal Realms plenty of attention. Back to the great game." And the whole point of the event is just Chaos fucking themselves over.
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
like
that would be cool too.
because Korn fucking hates
Because
Slaanesh,
then
and
what
Tzeentch
that
fucking
does
hates
is that
Nurgle.
means we could finally get like Pestigors. We could finally get Korgors.
Wait, do we not have Pestigors?
No,
We don't have Pestigors
We
or
only have
Korgors.
Zangors and Slangors.
And
Really?
Zangors.
Yeah.
That mold sucks.
Yeah,
Isn't this like
Zangors are
super
old.
fucking old?
Yeah, it is. Zangors haven't really changed in the past like
What's
20
the
years.
what's the meme? It's like, oh look, have some more Zangor. What's in the box? 40 more Zangors. And it's like,
Yeah,
please,
I have-
for the love of God, stop.
I have 40 Zangors in this closet that I have not willingly bought.
Why do you have them? I don't know.
No, it's because like literally every time you buy literally anything Tzeentch, whether it be 40K or AOS, if you buy a box set,
Guess
you're
what?
getting Zangors.
Guess what? I accidentally have the Beast of Chaos army.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's on
That's
accident.
Fucking hilarious. What's your chaos army? 300 Zangors.
But the other really cool thing about that is that maybe we could get some. You know what would be really cool is if we could get chaos sculpts that are alignment specific.
mean like this
Like
is a
chosen,
this is a
like-
chosen of Korn or a
Yeah.
chosen of Slaanesh.
Yeah.
That would be cool. Or so I wouldn't say it'd be like. So it wouldn't be like, oh, this is a pack of like Slaanesh chosen. It'd be a pack, and you can turn these chosen into
Like,
either or
it's,
whatever the fuck you want.
So basically, what I was thinking is basically you buy a group of chosen, and then you get like an upgrade sprue, like how in Horus Heresy you buy a pack of 20 basic bitch tack marines,
and then you can turn
and
them
then you
into
and then you get
so
some
you buy
upgrade
chosen,
sprue.
and the upgrade pack is like Slaanesh or Korn or Nurgle. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
exactly.
That'd be cool as fuck.
Yeah, or we could finally get some. Well, yeah. Anyway, because like the one thing I don't like about how Slaanesh and them play currently is that
Oh no, Slaanesh is really fun to play at the moment.
Oh no, don't. Sorry, let me rephrase. One thing that I really like about Total War Warhammer is that whenever you play Warriors of Chaos, and so you play like a Slaanesh aligned tribe warband, you get Chaos Warriors, but they're like Slaanesh. They look like they belong to Slaanesh.
You can tell that they're Norskin raiders, but they have Slaanesh heraldry, and then you can upgrade them to Chaos Warriors. But for Slaanesh, they have like Slaaneshi heraldry, and they all look different, and they look amazing.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I think that. Oh man, those are good ideas. Good job, guys.
Yeah.
That was great.
Wait a minute. Why are we working for GW for free?
Fucking
know,
right, dude. I swear to fucking God, one of the things is like, oh look, it's a Slaanesh for City Sigmar. I'll be some that just fills over here like motherfuckers.
They stole the idea.
Son of a bitch.
What's the next question?
If you could have one race / faction from Age of Sigmar join 40k or vice versa, who would it be?
Skaven to 40k, Skaven to 40k, Skaven to 40k, Skaven to 40k, Skaven to 40k. It would be hilarious.
So I like Skaven and 40k.
It's not wrong.
But honestly, there's something that they're kind of already doing. Stormcast. Because the Yellow King. We know that the Yellow King is currently attempting to do some kind of warp fuckery bullshittery to create like loyalist demons.
Yeah, and we've already kind of had the joke about how Stormcast are just demons in Sigmar.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly. So that's less of a like
That
what
might
I
be
want
that
to see
might
and-
be kind of happening. Okay, that aside, then besides the shit
Yeah.
that might actually be happening.
Sons of Behemoth, just because I want to see them get fucking annihilated.
So
I want to see these sons of bitches show up on a planet,
Okay, listen,
just get a
okay,
fucking rock drop in their
Here's
skull
the problem.
from
Here's the
orbit.
problem. If Sons of Bahamut joined 40k, you would have them walking around with fucking volcano cannons.
No, they'd be too stupid to use it. They blow themselves up, and that's what I'm fucking here for. I want to see these bastards commit genocide on themselves through their own sheer fucking stupidity. The amount of which I hate the Sons of Behemoth cannot be understated.
All right, Mitchell.
space lizards.
The old ones return.
Okay,
Yeah.
that'd
Okay,
be dope.
this is another one though. Dark Eldar into AOS. Show the Daughters of Cain how it's done. You fucking imagine?
Oh god.
Okay, that's pretty
How
good.
fucking they'd be like, we're Daughters of Cain or we're Dark Elves and we do horrible things, Yukari. I'm going to keep you alive for 1,000 years while I strangle you with your internal organs for my own pleasure. Skeletor laugh. Like, bruh.
Yeah.
Homunculi and AOS.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Oh. I've
All right, next question.
I actually waited for this one. Who would win? There's no context, but just who.
Lastly,
Who
who
would
would
win?
win?
Just who would win?
You will get
Nagash.
you will get no more context. I have asked a total of 76 friends, family, and strangers this question and recorded their answers.
Nagash.
Our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Oh well, in that case, Jeff.
My name
No.
My name is Jeff.
Jerry.
Oh.
Jerry Smith.
Chuck Norris.
Dwayne the Rock
No,
Johnson.
Jerry
Jerry
Smith.
Smith. Okay, we all know that if Jerry Smith wins, it's really because it's really Rick Sanchez winning. Like, come on.
Yeah.
now.
Okay, no, but like Jerry Prime. Like a homeboy.
Homeboy dead.
Why you gotta do that to me?
Listen, man, he didn't even make it a single episode in season 6.
I mean, he technically did.
Hey, spoilers! I cried.
It's on Hulu now, by the way. We binged the entire thing last night.
Oh.
Yeah, we were up. Till
Oh,
like
it
4
gives
in the
me
morning.
something to do.
yeah, dude, season 6 is fucking wild.
Yeah,
Okay.
I know. Like episode 4, I think it was just an acid trip.
Okay,
All
you
right,
ready?
next question.
Yeah.
Do you think AOS will break down the mysteriousness surrounding the Seraphon, seeing as the skinks of the Coalesced are establishing embassies, and the Slan are becoming more entwined with the dragons and Draconeth, and by association, the Stormcast? I think this continues on into it. What are your thoughts on a claim that the Seraphon may have established functional immortality, having linked their souls to their Slan and temple ships? Assuming one or both survive, all Seraphon may not be immortal, even past mortal wounds.
So, I wish they never actually explained the mysteriousness of the Seraphon because that what's made.
I want more lore, but still keep it kind of spooky.
Because like if you read in the books, the Seraphon are the scary good guys.
Yeah, because you see like an 8-foot tall fucking T-Rex man, and you're like, "Are you gonna eat me?" And he's just like, "I'm eat somebody."
Yeah.
And that's like all the answer you get.
Yeah.
But like the way I see it, it's kind of like I love Prometheus, but it's kind of the one reason why a bunch of people didn't like Prometheus is what made the xenomorph scary was the unknown to it. Of like it's just this like space bug that is horrifyingly powerful and very infectious, and we don't know where it came from or what it wants. It's just there, it infects and it kills. And then like showing how they were made through Prometheus and Alien Covenant kind of took that mysteriousness away and to a certain extent took a bit of the fear from it.
Yeah.
So I love Prometheus. I'm just saying like that, but I kind of get why people don't like it for that reason, and I would kind of prefer the Slan stay to a certain extent aloof and kind of like, what the fuck are you?
Yeah.
If you could choose anything and put it into AOS, what would it be?
Oh, well, we also didn't talk about the immortality with the Seraphon, like potentially being.
Yeah, I think they're pretty effectively immortal.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't matter.
Barring, like,
well, it doesn't matter
corruption.
if they die because like they're not real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless they not the coalesce, but the ones who are on the ground.
Yeah.
The ones that actually like live on the ground and become more entwined with the plane themselves. But
Yeah.
the coalesce are literally thought into existence. So if they die, I don't think it matters.
Yeah. What was the question again?
If you could choose anything and put it into AOS, what would it be?
A tech priest.
That's a pretty good one.
Oh God.
Or Grey Knight.
Oh, I'm a dick. A Tyranid.
Whoa! Wait.
Parry this, you fucking casuals.
I was honestly thinking...
Wait, is it a synapse creature?
Okay, so I have to be picky about this because a synapse creature doesn't matter if the hive mind isn't there.
So
it would need to be it would need to be a Norn Queen, a single Norn Queen.
Fucking Christ, you're evil as shit.
Dude,
Just drop that in the middle of a chaos camp and everybody's like, what's
Have
that?
fun, fuckers.
The Norn Queen? Oh, I do not vibe.
Well, no, it wouldn't be a chaos camp because Tyranids can't process the. Oh my God, maybe they could process chaos because it's not the warp. It's just a different realm of magic. So like, it's not just weird, immortal, dimensional bullshit. It's actual physical things from a different realm. It just has really fucked up magic. So maybe Tyranids could process it, and then you'd get Tyranids with chaos resistance
And magic.
and chaos bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah, Norn Queen, I'd do that. Just parry this, you fucking casual. That's exactly what I'd do.
No, see, my thought was like drop it in the middle of a chaos warband, and the chaos warband's like, what's that? And the Norn Queen's like, oh, ew, gross, chaos. I'm gonna murder now.
So ironically, I think the Norn Queen would have to be dropped somewhere safe. I don't think Norn Queens are very martially proficient because they're just meant to breed new Tyranids. So it have to be somewhere where it can like eat and shit out a couple Tyranids to then eat more shit.
Garon.
Yeah. Garon. Yeah.
Or if you want to be really spicy, oh fuck.
I have an
Orc
answer.
Orc Realm?
Yeah.
You mean Giron?
Gur.
Gur.
Sorry,
Yeah,
Gur.
Gur.
Gur,
No.
yeah. No, I would say Gur actually because
Yeah,
then like
that would-
when they eat the orcs, it's gonna be beefy as fuck.
Fuck, dude, that'd be terrifying as shit. Dude, I can just see Sigmar showing back up and going, wait a minute, what the fuck's
What the
going
fuck
on
is this?
here? Oh man, that's some shit your pants
Oh
terrifying
man,
this
I
right
wonder
now.
how a Tyranid would do if they got dropped in Skaven Blight.
Oh. Dude, what the fuck is even Warpstone to a Tyranid?
Tyranids that can bore through reality.
Exodites.
Exodite.
Oh,
Why are those elves
man.
riding the Seraphon?
Yep.
Bro, no, drop some Exodites in fucking Gur and like watch them have the whole
Laugh
place
your
tamed
fucking
in like 2
ass
months.
Yep.
off.
They
Okay,
just take over the place
I know
in like 2
this.
months.
This is probably going to be a question later on, but god damn it, do I want Exodites in 40k? That's an elf faction I'd play
Yeah,
like
hell yeah.
that.
Yep.
All right,
We'd
moving
all
on.
hop on Exodites.
Probably.
This is more of a joke question, but which of the three of you would survive the best in Gur? None of us. We'd all die.
In which one?
In Gur.
Oh yeah, no,
we'd
we're
all
all
die.
dead. We're
So,
all fucking
like-
We're all fucked.
There is the possibility of like I can run away from the problems.
Like maybe I'll come
but
across
if
a city. A
if
Sigmar,
I'm running away from the problems, I'm running into new problems.
Yeah.
No, see, you're thinking too ahead. Is you're running the problems, but like, are the problems faster than you?
Yep.
Yep.
All right. Next question.
That depends. Am I allowed to bring an anti-material rifle with me?
Oh, so this next question is actually a follow up to the one we just had. It's a follow up to that. All the realms.
I'm not going through all the realms, but I'm going to survive the
I mean-
easiest in Azir.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
Azir,
Azir
like
I'd
we could
survive.
actually be like
Pish probably be fine. Just don't like walk too close to the edge of the world. You won't
Hish
die.
is like just stay in the cities.
Gairon, it'd be a little harder, but you could probably make it. You have a better chance than like fucking than like
honestly,
not Shimon. Fuck
Shaiish is
Shaiish.
Shaiish is really not a bad place to live.
It sucks.
It's not
like
okay.
it sucks,
Here's the thing: is if we're in Shaiish, you're not gonna die. You're gonna kill yourself.
yeah.
Do not go to Akshi. Akshi is a bad place.
Yeah. Ulgu, no chance.
We don't know anything about it, so like
exactly no chance.
Yeah, we probably just fucking die.
Anyway, let's go ahead and move on.
Shimon. I think Shimon would probably kill you because it's so weird and ever changing.
It depends on whether or not you manage to hook up with some dwarves.
And like everything there is toxic to you.
Yeah.
Why?
It depends on whether or not you manage to hook up with some dwarves.
Why do you think AOS has better releases than 40K?
I'm not entirely sure.
No. Continue that question because that.
What I mean is, why does it seem like AOS factions feel like they get a lot better support for their new centerpiece models or updates, where it seems like the only thing that is getting released for 40K is a new Space Marine lieutenant?
Okay. So that one's a little easier to answer with that context, and the answer is simply because in AOS. So AOS is a newer game, so they can build a lot more. Okay, sorry. Let me.
Can we just state they have a lot more creative freedom?
Yeah. So first of all, they have more creative freedom.
You can kind of do whatever the fuck you want in AOS.
Yeah, and second of all, their like flagship faction of the Stormcast are the new faction because vampires have been around
forever.
Elves have been around.
Fucking
like we got new flavors of elves, but the elves
dwarves
have been
around for fucking ever.
Dwarves have been around.
Ogres and orcs have been around for fucking ever. Like Stormcasts are new.
So like
because they're basically Space Marines.
So like the Stormcast, you're going to see them a little more played with the new players because that's what draws in new players is the Stormcast. But having said that, the reason why 40K gets just like, oh hey, by the way, we have a new release for Tyranids, and Space Marines get their
19th Lieutenant.
What do you call it? There's a skit in Family Guy about how like it's Stewie's birthday, but Peter Griffin also gets his birthday cake because Peter needs to be satisfied at all times. And
like Spaceman has to get something at all times.
What's that word? It's not complimentary.
It's not satiated. It's
I don't know.
Anyway, you know what I'm talking about.
Placated.
No, wrong word. To placate is to appease.
Yeah, I mean, kind of. You have to.
Okay.
You have to appease the Space Marine players, like you know.
Yeah. Equal attention? No, equal.
We get the point.
Yeah. Anyway,
point being is Space Marines have to get fun
so
shit.
AOS is a new game where a lot of the there's pre-existing support for the older factions, and the new faction is cool enough that like they can also support it. But you're not going to have 90% of your player base shitting a brick over, like, you know, the Stormcast not getting a new model for, like, 6 months. Whereas in 40K, Space Marines literally started 40K.
Yep.
Like, Space Marines have been the flagship of 40K for 40 years.
They are the forever poster boys. That's how it is.
Exactly. Especially the Ultramarines. That's why the Ultramarines have...
Actually, the first poster boys
like
were Crimson
50
Fist, but thank you very much.
Yeah, but that very quickly changed to the Ultramarines.
It was Crimson Fist for a while, wasn't
especially once we
Second edition was Crimson Fist.
Yeah, well, especially once we started getting like named characters.
Yeah, it became Ultramarines. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why the Ultramarines have so many named characters.
Okay.
But yeah, and that's why 40K like, it's like, oh yeah, here's new Tyranid release. Here's also some Space Marines.
Now,
here's new Necron release. Here's some Space Marines.
Well, I will say that Tyranids just got a fucking massive release done after the whole Battle of Ogrim shit got released. So like Tyranid, basically Hormagaunts, Termagants, Lictors, and Gene Stealers are getting all new fucking sculpts, as well as some named characters getting new sculpts. The Biovore is getting an upgrade, and we're getting a new version called the Pyrovore, and we're getting a new Titanic unit, not Titanic, but called the Norn's Emissary, which is literally a fucking Tyranid knight, basically.
No, that's Titanic.
It's Titanic?
Knights are Titanic.
So so basically we got one whole ass new model, a new variant of a model, and then a bunch of fucking model upgrades, model refreshes. So like, and that we just got that like maybe a week or two ago.
Yeah,
I think it was last Saturday or 2 Saturdays ago.
Yeah. So
we guys got a fuckload of that. And we didn't get any Space Marines. Now, that being said, they did say whoever wins was going to get a bunch more, get a showcase for new releases. So there's probably a bunch of Space Marine shit on the way. But the new edition is Space Marines versus Tyranids. So like,
and going back to that, another big part of what decides who gets new releases when is the 80% 20% rule. When it comes to business,
20% of the fan base gives you 80% of your profit.
Well, 20% of your customer base gives you 80% of your profit. What 20% of the customer base do you think makes up, or do you think makes up the community?
In 40K, it's Space Marines.
Well, I was going to say it's tournament players.
Yeah.
What is the most played faction in tournaments?
Space Marines.
Space Marines.
Space Marines, yep.
So, like, of course, Space Marines
Age of
are going to
Sigmar
make up
is
a
very
large portion.
well spread out.
Yeah, and that's the big from a financial perspective. That's the big difference.
I will say, from what I've seen of 10th edition, it seems like 40K is getting better.
Yeah.
From what I've seen, I don't take that to the bank. I haven't done a full deep dive into the rules yet, but from what I've seen, it's getting better. I don't know if it is either about that. So hopefully, so like there is light at the end of the tunnel, but like Phil's not wrong.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
All right.
Well, it's like you said earlier, a business has got to make money.
Yeah. Whether or not they need it is one thing, but they always got to make it because shareholders and shit.
God, I fucking hate shareholders.
All right. Next. Okay, I will say the most recent Space Marine Lieutenant looks badass as fuck. The dude with the fucking Tyranid sculpt holder and the knives and shit.
Oh yeah,
that sculpt looks amazing.
Except that his rules right now make him like really only viable to Ultramarines.
Yeah, but he looks badass.
He looks badass, but like, fuck you for getting another basically named character.
Right. All right, next question.
Which is funny because I'm pretty sure the unit he's designed to go with is going to Legends. The Tyranid War Vets that he's supposed to work with really well.
Tyrannic War Veterans.
Or Tyrannic War Vets. I'm pretty sure they're going to Legends.
That's hilarious.
So like he's gonna need a rule redesign.
So with the Seraphon updates, do you think there is a chance we get the named Lost Heroes back, such as Krokgar, Nakai, Gorok, Tic Tac Toe, Oxyotl, Tehenoween, Chockax, and possibly even Mazamundi as a relic priest, like we have Croak. I wouldn't be surprised if Mazamundi came back as a relic priest, but if we get Krokgar, it's gonna have to be a whole new model because Krokgar's old model is now the Source veteran.
Nakai never died.
Nakai never died. Never said he died. And that man is just like, I will walk 500 through the fucking dead of space. You can't tell me different. Fuck you all. Yeah. And
we might get him back.
Gorok's model is the Sunblood. Krokgar's model on the Carnosaur is the Scar veteran. I think that's...
Yeah. Tic-Tac-Toe would be pretty cool.
Tic-Tac-Toe would be cool. Cool flying unit hero. That'd be pretty baller. Yeah. Oxyotl would be nice. A skink. I don't think his model is actually in AOS. It could be like cool sneaky beaky chameleon skink shenanigans.
Yeah.
And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Mazamundi came back as a relic priest because Mazamundi was just so important and powerful in fantasy.
To be honest, I doubt.
And then Croak can have a buddy.
Yeah. To be honest, I doubt we're gonna get him back.
Probably not.
It'd be nice if we did, because honestly, if they were gonna reintroduce Mazamundi, they could have just reintroduced him as an alternate sculpt for the Croak kit, just like how Krondis and Karazai are in the same box.
So I wouldn't exactly say that because Mazamundi's whole thing was he rode a Stegodon, where Croak doesn't. Mazamundi was always on his Stegodon. So it'd be a relic priest on it.
Okay.
Relic priest on a Stegodon.
Okay, that's fair. So maybe if we get a Rune Priest on Stegodon model, maybe we'll get an update.
Like that'd be cool. But you're right with how they're doing Seraphon right now. I doubt we're gonna get it mainly because
they don't really do characters.
Well, yeah, and also because a bunch of their hero sculpts are being used for just leader models now.
Yeah. So either we're going to get a Seraphon release where it's entirely new heroes with entirely new sculpts, or we're just not likely to get them because all of their sculpts are now being used for other things.
I do have the perfect trailer for Nakai coming to AOS though. It's Nakai's walking animation from Total War Warhammer 2, and all you hear is CJ from San Andreas going, "Aw shit, here we go again," just walking directly into fucking Azir.
That'd be amazing.
And it's like 10 seconds, and that's it. It's just Nakai the Wanderer, and like that would be it, and that would be fucking that is the perfect trailer.
Nice. All right, next question.
Who is the strongest mortal spellcaster in the Mortal Realms?
Oh, right now?
Nagash.
Mortal.
No, mortal. Fuck. Do gods count as mortal?
No, they don't. They're gods. They're immortal. They're gods.
Okay.
Yeah, but you say that they're immortal, but
they're talking non-god.
Yeah.
Because I refuse to believe that he's dead. Be guilt.
Yeah.
My homie. You know, I'm with Mitchell.
Be honest,
I'm with Mitchell on this one. My boy ain't dead. It's Bigelt.
And other than that,
I'm not super familiar with mortal spellcasters.
Well, because you can't actually use any. You can't use any Sigmarines either.
Yeah,
because they're not mortal.
Yeah, no.
And then you can't use vampires
because they're not mortal.
Yeah, they're not mortal. You can't use any of Nagash's people because they're all necromancers. They're all undead.
You really can't use...
Chaos doesn't count.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
can't-
chaos kind of count. They have
Yeah,
mortals.
kind of.
It's weird.
Yeah,
That's
chaos.
all. That's all. You can't
But-
use Skaven because they're demons. Like, because they're all
hey,
fucking demons now.
Hey, buddy. Butter dog.
Butter. Yeah, that's a hard one. That's a butter dog for me. No, it's not. It's Balthazar fucking Gelt. I will die on this hill.
Yep.
It's probably an elf.
Elves-
Sorry,
It's
elfin.
elf. It's that's probably accurate.
Yeah.
It's
I'm saying
probably
B
an
Gelt,
elf.
but you're probably right.
It's probably whoever leads the college in Hish. 'Cause
Might
they
be
have
it.
that one big magic college. That's
Yeah.
probably the
That
closest you're
might
gonna
be.
get.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a hard question.
Either that or someone who works for the Stormcast.
Realistically, it's a butter dog. In my heart of hearts, it's Balthazar.
Yeah,
Gelt.
because the other issue here is like at what point in time.
Okay. Ready?
Yeah.
Which of the three of you had the largest piles of shame, and what is the dollar amount?
Oh, that's
Probably me.
that probably is you. Dollar amount. That's gonna be a butter dog.
I am not sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I can't calculate that shit.
Because-
My pile of hinge pretty large.
Ooh,
'cause-
actually, no. I have a bunch of horse heresy stuff.
Mainly because I bought
This is
bought
what-
a lot of my stuff discounted.
Yeah, that's
This is what I'll say.
yeah. Because
If
you
we're
are a hardcore.
if we're
eBay
talking
pirate.
just pure pile of shame, it is 100% Mitchell. If we're talking about pile of shame of shit we have bought ourselves with money, it's probably you. Because Mitchell does a lot of trading.
I got rid of a bunch of my stuff is going to Sean.
Yeah, but then you got a bunch of stuff. Of course, heresy stuff and
Yeah.
and conquest stuff and things
Well, I've
like
been
that.
building some of that,
I'm just
so-
saying, like you have bought more than I have.
Pile of shame
Yeah.
includes unpainted minis.
Oh,
Shut your fucking whore mouth.
well, in that case, yeah, it's definitely.
But
me.
I would say-
because, like none of my.
I would
shit's
say
painted.
total amount you, dollar amount you,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I'm
It's kind of hard. That one's a little.
and
hard.
I'm just broke.
But
I don't get
moving
to buy
on,
nice
next
things.
question.
Which faction has the best drip?
Ooh, I'm biased, but I'm gonna say Stormcast.
Man, well, no, that's hard because like Stormcast look dope as fuck, but also
Soulblight Gravelords.
Soulblight Gravelords look dope as fuck, but also
OBR.
oh, the bottoms look cool, but also like that's a hard question because
Yeah.
like they all look cool.
I'm
Okay,
biased,
how about
but
this?
like
How about this?
100% Stormcast.
How about
but I'm
this?
also like, I am a fucking mad lad for some folks in heavy armor. Like I fucking love heavy infantry.
I honest to God love Lumina the Realm Lords aesthetic.
Okay, no,
Yeah.
that's fair.
pretty
that's
accurate.
fair.
Yeah.
Okay, how about this? Let's change the question a tiny bit. Which faction is the most ornate?
Oh, Lumineth.
Lumineth.
Yeah, okay. There you go.
Yeah, because the Stormcast they're a lot more functional.
Yeah,
Like,
the
they're
armors.
ornate.
Like they have like Stormcast drip is like
And-
bear pelts and shit across the
unless you're talking strictly the paladins. The paladins have a lot of drip.
But again, a lot of it's functional. Because yeah, their pauldrons are really ornate and whatnot, but like the pauldrons are there to serve a
gonna say-
function.
Okay, hold on.
Paladins are spikier than chaos.
Hold on. They kind of are though.
Yeah,
Hold
you're
on,
not wrong.
I am flipping the question. Who has the best drip in 40K?
Ooh,
That's a hard one.
does the Inquisition count as a faction?
Barely.
I wouldn't count that.
Like they have like
I mean, are we talking models or lore?
okay, lore obviously, models barely. Because models they have like 5
Because like
Inquisitors.
lore wise,
Oh no, because the Inquisition on tabletop is like the assassins, like 4 or 5 Inquisitors, and like I think there's like some
I
specialty
think
Tempestus
technically-
Scions and shit that
I
might be
think
part of it.
technically you get to include the Grey Knights in there.
They're gonna have drip. Like they look cool, but they don't have like drip. They're just like gray boys.
Bullshit.
Okay.
Their drip is the same as all Space Marine drip. Terminal armor is sexy as fucking. I simp for it, but it's not like blinged the fuck out and dripping.
Oh, okay,
So,
that's what you mean. That's
If you're talking about like a fully like truly parade painted army, Dark Eldar.
They're not colorful enough.
Oh boy, you have not seen the possibilities of Dark Eldar.
Okay. Going by actual lore accurate like color schemes, not by someone making Tau look like they came from Borderlands, which is amazing as shit. I'm talking about like lore aesthetic.
I'm gonna go out here.
All right.
Harlequins.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
That's a pretty good one.
Yeah. Like they have a pretty limited model range, but like Harlequins.
I'm about to flip Phil in his fucking head when I say this. Admech.
Admech got pretty good.
I simp for that robe shit. Like,
oh, bro, no,
like
me and Julie are working together to make me a robe.
I know, yeah. Like Admech Admech. Like, if you can get past the bored outness, like just like the robiness and like the mix with like the religious aspect, just looks really fucking good. I'm not gonna say custodians because just covering yourself in gold doesn't count as much as I want it to. So, like, that doesn't count. Space Marines are too Codex compliant, unless you're, like, one of the non... Even then, like, Space Marines, because they kind of have to stick to functionality, it's kind of hard for them.
Yeah, like, straight-up armies that prioritize functionality.
Oh, fuck, hold on. I might be wrong. Okay. It's a tie between Admech and Sisters.
Nope, it's Sisters.
Sister? Okay.
It's Sisters. My mind completely forgot about Sisters.
Yeah.
It's definitely Sisters.
Yeah, because they put a lot more of shit that isn't necessarily like functional on their armor. So yeah, I'll give you Sisters. I'll give you Sisters.
I feel like I almost want to say Eldar, but something about like the way they color their armor doesn't come off as drip. It just comes off as like weird.
Yeah,
it's more like identification.
Excuse me.
Coloring than like
what faction puts an organ on a transport? Sisters.
And not only does that organ work functionally, it also shoots missiles. Sisters.
Okay, next question.
We have this tank meant to shoot heavy artillery. What does your tank shoot? Flames.
If you could change or add to AOS lore in any way, what would you do? Kill Archeon.
Kill Archeon.
I've already said this. Actually, I wouldn't have the Age of Chaos. I'd have the Age of Discordance, where basically the factions break down. Chaos has nothing to do with it. It's more about the Grand Alliances fighting each other as the treaties break down.
Kill Archeon.
We've already had this conversation. I would love to say kill Archeon, but I have to go with like what I actually said.
No. If you killed Archeon, that would do that.
Yeah, that's fine, cool. But I'm saying like the behind it is, instead of being the Age of Chaos fucking over because that was just N times 2 Electric Boogaloo and I hated it. Mm-hmm. If it was, I'm calling it the Age of Discordance. And I think I talked to you. Yeah, I don't know if I talked to you about it, but
you talked to me.
Yeah, and it's more about like the doom caused by man and in their allies themselves, not like, oh look, Chaos is here to fuck everything up again like they always are. It was really like just kind of unoriginal for me. Mm-hmm. If it was more just like, here's lore about how like, you know, espionage and spies and lies and just betrayal broke them. They broke themselves down, and that's what let Chaos in.
Yep. Okay. I want to read the next one.
I'll do it.
Okay, Autobot.
Why? Oh wow, that's pretty accurate. Why do you think GW introduces cool storylines or concepts like the Yannari or Silent King returning, and do absolutely nothing with? Why has the Silent King returned at all, other than to sell Necrons as 9th Edition's big bad, or have the Yannari storyline and refuse them to be more fleshed out? I know there are probably other examples, but those two I thought of first.
Okay, so I'm gonna actually go back to the previous question. Yannari got some drip.
Okay, Yannari got the drip because you have 3 fucking factions in there. That doesn't fucking count.
No. I'm just specifically talking about that, like the main 3 models.
Yanid has drip.
Yeah.
But I'm still saying Sisters.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to this question.
I think I have an answer for this. Is GW is notorious he's notorious for using the I'm gonna use this eventually.
Yeah.
So I don't think they're doing these things not to use them. I think they're like, we're gonna do this, and then these are gonna be like the settings for new additions later on.
They can't keep on focusing on one thing because that kind of shows the favoritism. They gotta introduce the idea.
Yeah.
And that way they can build on it later.
Well, and they also, and you cannot fucking tell me GW isn't thinking 5 years ahead, 10 years ahead. Like, they have to have story coming consistently. And so, like, realistically, 8th and 9th was, oh, fuck, here's Chaos. Like, that was 8th and 9th.
Yep.
Like, even with the 9th and, like, oh, there's Necrons here and the Sun King, realistically what it was is, like, Abaddon fucking up Cadia, causing the Cicatrix Maledictum, Pyrrhonius, all that shit, and Chaos doing horrible fucking shit. That was 8th and 9th. And now that's calmed down because Lionel Johnson is like, Daddy's here. And I have brought the Gilded Belt, and now it's like, cool, Chaos has been kind of controlled. The Cicatrix Maledictum is like shrinking. It's not as bad anymore. Why are the Tyranids coming from a different location?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think what they're doing is they introduce
And
concepts.
with Tyranids coming, you're gonna see the Silent King do something.
Yeah, because that's why he came back.
Yeah.
100%. And
The reason they want to set up for things like this is so you don't have storylines where it's like, oh, hey, by the way,
Marines do this, and Space Marines do that, and Space Marines do this, and like that's it.
Well, that, and they don't want to set up for the Tyranids go in to make their final killing blow against the entire galaxy, and they're about to take over, and then the Silent King just shits out of a wormhole and says, Daddy's here with all of the United Necron forces. By the way, we are now strong enough to completely annihilate any threat to the galaxy. They don't want to do that. Whereas if they
that
just
ends
say
the setting to a certain extent.
yeah, well, also it's very much a cop-out.
Yeah.
And so instead what they do is they say, oh, hey, by the way, the Silent King came back. And then they just kind of...
What's he doing?
Yeah, what's he doing? And then they leave him alone for,
And then he can
They
pop
leave him
out,
alone for an
and he
addition.
can, for the past 200 years, I've been like rallying the Necrons to go deal with the Tyranids, and then you can have a cool like, oh man, the Imperium's getting fucked up. And the Silent King's like, hey, Bobby G, Gorilla Man, Blueberry Boy, you want some help with to squash a cockroach? And Gilliman's like, fuck you, but also yeah, and it can lead to more plot.
Yeah,
The
without just
problem-
being an absolute cop-out of, like, they show up at the last second out of literal fucking nowhere.
Here is the problem with Yanid, and why I would not be surprised. I really hope this doesn't happen, but I would not be surprised if the Ynnari never go anywhere, or it takes a long ass time for them to get anything good, is because you need
To do something.
You need coming alive, like him resurrecting, and the Ynnari doing anything is literally so they can kill Slaanesh. That's the point.
Yeah.
Is Yanid was supposed to rise up and fight Slaanesh to free the Eldar from...
not. Oh,
The
yes,
Eldar God of
Yanid,
Death,
Yanid,
yeah,
yes,
that
no.
is to keep...
I got Yanid and
What if they
Yvraine
change
confused.
Slaanesh? Like, they can't kill Slaanesh, but they change Slaanesh like they did in Age of Sigmar.
That's the thing, though, is like that would be a monumental change, because Slaanesh is very prevalent in 40k, a lot more so than in AOS, because Slaanesh is fucking free. And the whole point of Yanid is so when Eldar die, they don't have to worry about their souls getting nommed on. So if that happens, that successfully, cool. Wraithbone constructs, not fucking used anymore, because you don't need soul stones. Like, it takes out a whole, like, part of their history that's been a thing for 40 years now. Like, Drukhari don't have to be hedonistic, cruel dickbags anymore because Slaanesh isn't eating their souls.
Yeah.
So that would be a fundamental change for all Eldar as a whole.
Yeah.
So, like, that is such a big change that they either have to do that super slowly and super correct because God knows they fucked that up, how angry the fans would be, or they're just never going to do it, and they're just going to keep, like, stringing people along because they're never going to make that big of a change.
Yeah.
Now, having said that, nobody thought they'd bring back the Primarchs either.
No, that is fair.
Yeah. So
I'm
think,
just saying, like,
yeah.
like I said, the whole, like, not happening, I don't think that's the case. I hope it doesn't happen. I think that the Ynnari thing is just going to be something that takes a long-ass time, because for the Ynnari thing to actually succeed is going to cause such a big, drastic change to how how 3 entire factions play.
Yeah.
That they have to do it right, because if they fuck that up, we're going to have to go through, like, the Great Necron Reckoning, retconning 2 Electric Boogaloo, where they have to retcon, like, all of the fucking Eldar lore, because now it doesn't make fucking sense.
Yeah. Okay.
Next question.
We should probably speed up just a tad bit. Yeah. Seriously, you want
Come on and read the next question then.
I lost my fucking place. Give me a goddamn second.
Well, Mitchell's got it right there on his computer screen.
I just found it.
How would you make Fire Slayers better?
How would we make Fire Slayers better?
Diversity. Yeah.
Diversity.
Yeah, my brother.
Give them actually like decent, like one decent range unit.
Yeah, range on. Like I get it. Get up and smack them. Like give them the old.
Give them fucking axe throwers.
Hit them with the. Hit them.
No, they do.
Like
they're just bad.
Like hit them with the razzle dazzle. I get it, but also like they're dwarves. Give them fucking cannons.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, okay, listen. Flame cannons. Just make it magma cannons. Boom! It shoots lava.
Yeah.
That fits the aesthetic.
Yeah.
Like, how could it not?
All right, next question.
Thoughts on what happened to the Harleys? Harlequins. I don't know what this means.
What? Yeah, I don't.
Oh, did you skip this one? Underneath Bones of Smite, Mitchell?
Which one?
The one right above what you're at.
Oh, I accidentally did. Go ahead and read it.
Would it be possible to make game night more often? That's going to be discussed whenever we start fucking with Patreon. So I am either going to confirm or deny that.
That's something that will be discussed later off podcast.
Yes.
Moving on.
Okay. So now we're 2 down, right? Thoughts on what happened to the Harleys? That one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd love
we
a
have
second
no idea
opinion.
what that's talking about. Moving on.
Harlequins?
Harlequins.
I think that's what it's supposed to be talking about, but like again, I don't know.
Well, I do know
in,
that.
like what regard? Lore or like tabletop?
Well, I know that.
Yeah.
What's our god name's Shigarath?
Oh, Segura?
Shigara, yeah. I know he was like acting sus because of the Yanari and shit. So
yeah, I don't know.
It might just be like the Harlequins have gone whole head into the fucking Yanari, and now they're just fucking off waiting to do head ass shit.
Yeah, we don't really understand the context of this one, but let's move on.
I don't do a whole lot of Eldar lore, so I don't know exactly. Who do you guys main in Smash Ultimate?
It's a trash game, so none.
Oof.
Pause the episode. Me and Mitchell are about to fight. Honest to God.
On God, I swear.
These hands are rated M for Mitchell.
Ultimate. I used to play a character.
I main Ike.
Shit, who did I main?
If any of you main King K. Rool, you're a fucking horrible person.
I played DK for a while.
The bongo slaps are fun.
Yeah.
Return to Monkey.
Let's go with DK.
Hold on, why do you not like Smash? Is that like
Bad at it?
It's okay.
A valid reason. Thank you, brother.
It's actually kind of related because there is no reason for me to play it, and then like I live alone. I don't get to play with friends all that often, and then it's like, oh, everybody that plays Smash all the time, and I'm sitting here don't play Smash at all, and I'm like,
Mitchell, I play Smash like twice a year.
More than twice a year.
Twice more a year than he does.
Yeah, but in that context,
Yeah.
this is what you can do. What you can do with Smash is you can find all the amiibos and train the most terrifying amiibo army that this world has ever seen. So you're like, why would I play when my minions could? And whips out a fucking level 99 Samus who is literally fucking unkillable and just bodies you in like 3 seconds.
Also, I think there's just a lot better platform fighters.
I like Smash because it's one of those like it's like fun for the whole family type shit. It's not really about being good or winning. It's about having fun. Unless you have a King K. Rool, and then you're a horrible fucking person, and I wish nothing but horrible things upon you.
Looking at you, Lee.
It's such a bullshit character.
Moving on. What are your music tastes? That is a very wide spectrum that I cannot answer.
So for me, it's basically everything. The only thing that I don't like is super hardcore screamo, and that has nothing to do with the music and more just if there's lyrics, I like to understand them. Mm-hmm. That's the only. Like, I do like some screamo. Like I just like to be able to understand lyrics, and like I just can't with super hardcore screamo.
Well,
I like quality rap, like trash rap, like the ones that you're just like.
Yeah, no, I got you. Like actual, like good, like entendre, syllable usage, being able to like connect and having like actually having bars and whatnot.
It's an actual story as well.
Yeah, but realistically, it's everything. Like I don't like all music, but I will listen to all music if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like I might not like a genre, but I'll always listen to music in that genre because there's always the outliers. Like I'm not a big fan of country, but there's some country songs that I fucking love.
Okay, this one is
Hold on, Phil didn't answer.
Bro, hurry up.
If you fucking took a breath now and then, I'd have a chance to talk.
You need to look at him.
I'm looking at you, bitch.
Okay, to be fair, I'm not betrayal.
That's 2 breaths.
Technically, that was one. Thank you very much.
Stop.
All right. No, but for me, it's mostly like metal, electric.
Yeah.
Some pop.
Good God, lo-fi.
Not for me.
Okay. Lo-fi, city pop, funk, like
synthwave,
PH funk, not like F funk.
Oh man, I love me some dirty synth.
Yeah.
And like
Dude,
industrial
all I'm saying
synth.
is I have been like absolutely fucking bumping to Lose Yourself to Dance by Daft Punk recently. Just that nice fucking beat and just oh god.
There's a song I found recently. It's called Battle Drums, but it's like a little bit of screamo, a lot of metal, and then like they've got like this hard industrial electric beat under it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll play it for you.
Good beats make music. Honestly,
yeah, I'll play it for you later.
I can get behind a little bit of Mongolian throat singing.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, dude, fucking
The Who.
Yeah.
All right, sorry.
Sugan Essen is still one of my favorite songs.
Next question: is Malkador considered Primarch of the Grey Knights?
No. Magnus is the Primarch of the Grey Knight.
It has been confirmed the Grey Knights are from Magnus's gene seed, not the Emperor's.
Yeah, but it's
and
his
realistically,
perfected
Malkador
gene seed.
can body basically every single Primarch except maybe Magnus.
Yeah. Magnus.
Like,
He would still lose.
He would probably die. He would probably die in the process. But if he went up against a Primarch, he would kill that Primarch.
Yeah, with the exception of Magnus.
The Psychic Might would kill him, but he would kill it. Now, if he fought against Magnus, he would 100% die. Whether or not he took Magnus out with him is another story. Because, like, there's one thing him being like, yes, I'm going to focus all of my psychic might to, like, liquefy Horus's internal organs because he's being a little shit. Versus, yes, I'm fighting Magnus. I'm going to supernova a star.
Yeah.
Like, that'll kill him, but also, like, good God, the collateral.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's the one thing about Magnus.
Malcador the Sigil, more like Malcador, captain of the collateral.
Yeah. A little bit.
Okay. Are you guys real?
No.
Butterdog. Butterdog.
I hope not.
Don't let them know anything. This is all a simulation. What is the wildest shit y'all have ever read about in AOS lore?
When a Hollow Knight threw a hammer at Nurgle and injured him.
Oh yeah, that did happen, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty
And Nurgle
wild.
screamed.
Yeah, that's probably the wildest you're gonna get.
Yeah. Okay, I will say Gorka Morka and Sigmar turning a mountain into a canyon is pretty fucking wild.
Yeah.
Okay, but that's also like God on God warfare.
But
That's different.
Sigmar's never seen as being gigantic. Gorka Morka is seen as being fucking monumentally huge.
that's
Sigmar's
fair.
always seen as being like a pretty big dude.
Yeah, that's fair.
There's another one where a Astral Templar in the Book of Kraganos was so emotionally distraught she sprinted into the leg of a son of Bahamut and just knocked him down.
Man, I wish they could fucking do that on tabletop.
Oh man,
I know.
All right. Gotrek yelling a Magbadroth into submission.
Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
Next question. Best meme posted by anyone in the server. Okay, there's one I saw recently that was really, really fucking funny, and it was if the Minotaurs and the Marines Malevolent fought, and it's Hunt Showdown, but the Hunt replaced with a C, and it's just called Gun Showdown. that one made me laugh for a while.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Where is this?
Okay, Riposte such extreme guns.
Keep going up, go up. You gotta keep going. It was a couple days ago. Keep going. Right there.
Down.
No, down.
No, down.
Down. There you go.
There it is.
When the Marine Malevolent Cunt Showdown. Who posted that?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Johnny.
Oh,
Of course it was fucking
that
Johnny.
one's fucking great. Every time I saw that one, I literally laughed so hard I started crying like I am right now because it's so fucking true.
Oh yeah.
That was a pretty good one, too.
Whew, yeah, Cunt Showdown. That was a good one, Johnny. That one was fucking funny.
This one's also a pretty good one.
Nagash is like, be gone, thought?
Yeah, that's pretty good too.
Oh.
Dude, Marathi is just a horny bitch.
Okay, next, that was funny. Next question. Best AOS hot take. Okay, would conspiracy theories be considered hot takes?
Yes.
Cool. Hamilcar is just the mortal vessel Sigmar inhabits to do head-ass shit in the mortal realms.
If you want to know who Hamilcar is, watch the Black Talon show on...
No, not Black Town. He's actually in a hammer and bolter, but he's actually an honest-to-God character.
Oh,
Dude, Helmikar.
Oh, no, wait, isn't he part of that,
Helmikar is the most base person because he goes, I don't like books because written word is magic and magic is not good.
Magic is bullshit. But Hamilcar's whole shit is like, he looks scarily like Sigmar, so my hot take is that is literally just that is a Sigmarine that Sigmar made an empty vessel specifically so he can run around Mortal Realms and do stupid shit.
Have you listened to his book
with,
yet?
Like, Nagash's bullshit.
Have you listened to his book yet?
Hamilcar's?
Yes.
I haven't, but I want to.
Just do it.
Is it funny?
That man is just like, I'm not smart, but I'm gonna get it done.
Like, I'm dumb, and it's gonna get done really stupidly, but it's gonna get done.
He's the walking idea of charisma.
Mm-hmm. I like, Returnia Flesh Eaters. Like,
That's a basic one, but also like, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good one, though.
That Nagash is actually a very kind and caring god.
Okay, no, I do like that one, too.
Nagash is a shit person, but a good god.
Yeah.
Yes. Because he actually cares for his people.
Yeah, he genuinely does. Yeah, no, because there was that time that, like, Chaos tried to invade the underworld.
And he
like,
was
the
like,
literal land
he
of the
was like,
dead.
"The fuck
and
you are."
Yeah, Nagash was literally like, how fucking dare you disturb their rest? I'm going to purge all of you from existence. You don't deserve an afterlife. Because
Yeah.
they went and fucked with his bones. And he was
Oh, you
literally
don't touch Nagash's
Are
bones.
you touched Nagash? someone's touching my bones.
But yeah, no, that was the whole shtick. Is they were gonna go like break open the gates of the underworld and like start stealing souls. And Nagash was like, "How fucking dare you disturb their rest?"
The reason why Nagash is a dick. Nagash is only a dick if you're A, stealing his souls, B, are Sigmar, or C, are his Mortarks.
Or D,
another
D, you're Marathi.
Yeah. Another funny meme I saw like a fucking year ago was it was Nagash sitting there and he was like, "Do you know why you're here?" And it showed Manfred and Neferata and everyone. And he's like, "Do you know why you're here?" And they're like, "Nah." He goes, "You're here because you done fucked up too many times." So, like, if you're stealing his souls, Sigmar, Marathi, or his Mortarks, he fucking hates you. But if you're dead, he is Bone Daddy. But, like, not in the kinky way, but in, like...
Well, no, even if you're alive.
He is the father of Bone.
Even if you're alive.
Okay, he does kind of not give a shit about the people who live in Shaiish.
Okay, but you can't make bones without live people.
That's kind of the point.
Yeah. Anyway.
It's like, I'm killing you so I can take care of you.
Let's go ahead and move on to the next question.
All right, the next question is going to... Oh, and 40K hot take.
Oh.
You bitch. Bones of Smite, damn you.
40K hot take?
Oh, I have mine. No, I don't, because that's not a hot take. That's actually that's that question.
Yeah, there's an issue because like a lot of the hot takes we used to have either been proven or disproven, and it's like, God damn it.
What's some wild theory?
Okay.
I've got one. The demons that the Yellow King is supposed to be working on making, it's just the Legion of the Damned. He's just finding out a way to make them to turn them into more reliable demons, so that they can actually
make them even more fucking retarded.
Yeah, no, because like the whole thing about the Legion of the Damned is that like nobody really commands them. They just
just show up in places where they're needed. Like when Bobby G Blueberry Boy was trying to get to Terra and he was on the Blackstone Fortress, and like Kairos Fate Weaver and Scarben were like, haha, we're here to fucking murder you, and they were fighting over who gets to control Bobby G, and Bobby G was like, can I please go see my dad? And then the Legion of the Damned was like, yes, and he was like, the fuck are you? And he was like, go home, Gilliman. He was like, okay, I'm going home now.
Yeah. But no, I genuinely think that like good demons that they're talking about, it's just gonna end up being the Legion of the Damned.
That's fair. I like that
one. If they didn't kill him, Ferrus Manus would have a higher influence on the Imperium than Gilliman.
Well, yeah, because the fucking the Mechanicus would love him or hate him, one of the two.
Probably love. Because before his death, the Iron Hands and the Mechanicum were very tight.
Mm-hmm.
That and
even to this day, they're still pretty tight.
Well, also remember that Ferrus also stated that he didn't like how his sons turned out because they were all like against their emotion. Like Ferrus learned from his mistake, and that shows that Primarch was able to grow.
Yeah, and you have that one master of machine tech, like super big tech marine boy who's like, yes, I temper my logic with emotion. Everyone, all the Highlands think he's fucking insane, and he's like, but then why am I better than you?
Yeah.
Well, the other big thing about it,
Ironfather Ferrus.
Ironfather Ferrus, yeah.
The other big thing about it is that, in the Horus Heresy book Mechanicum, one of the tech priests who was instrumental in defending against the Dark Mechanicum whenever they rose up on Mars, her whole shtick was she was very much like, yeah, the flesh is weak, but that doesn't mean that we need to discard our emotions.
The flesh is weak, but deeds endure.
Do you know what my absolute favorite like tech priest character is? Who I'm almost 100% isn't canon, but I still love him. It's the Magos from 40K video game Mechanicum, the leader of that fleet. Whenever they're like,
it's canon.
Oh, is he an actual character?
Well, I mean, he's an actual character in the same sense that any named character that appears in the
book.
Well,
it's him because his whole thing is character. Like he's like I didn't purge my emotions. I just have the ability to like quarantine them if I need to, but I keep them because they help me lead better, and because I have my emotions, my like casualty rates are significantly lower than the rest. And then there's at one time whenever they were like, oh, they're just Skitarii, they're not important, and he was like, everything of the machine god is important. How fucking dare you?
Yeah, no, because the leader of his Skitarii is all like, because one of the tech priests is like, oh yeah, they're here to be used, so you sacrificing them for the glory of the machine god is very
like
much
they're made
purpose.
To be sacrificed. And he's like, the fuck they are.
Yeah, and the Skitarii woman is like, how fucking dare you? And the Archmagos is like, hold the fuck up. First of all, you overstep your bounds because yes, their lives are dedicated to the machine god, but that does not mean we waste the tools that are given to us.
Yeah.
But then he turns to the Skitarii marshal and is like, look, I get that you disagree with what he said, but ultimately, if we do need to sacrifice them, we need to sacrifice them. That doesn't mean I'm going to just sacrifice them willy-nilly and waste their lives.
We're just guitar. We're meant to be expendable. Not to me.
Yeah, I remember that meme.
But yeah, he's one of my favorite characters because he's smart enough to know that emotions are there for a reason.
Yeah.
Cold logic is evil. Just point blank.
Yeah.
Cold logic is evil. Because cold logic is like, being like, why don't I just murder the fuck out of you to like do the thing? Because it's shorter. But yeah, but you're like doing this horrible thing, but like, I'm going to do it.
Yeah. It's like, as long as I don't
And
get
that's
caught,
why,
it's not going to count.
and that's why a lot of the tech priests are like horrible fucking people because they're like, logically, this is the best course. Like, yeah, but logically, that's a horrible fucking thing, and like, it's going to cause more problems.
So I think if Ferrus Manus had stuck around, honest to God, what would have happened is he would have been a Primarch. But like, the biggest thing is that he would have been Primarch of the Admech.
Man, could you imagine if Ferrus Manus became like the Fabricator General of Mars?
Honest to God, if he had stuck around, I think something like that would have happened.
Yeah.
He would not have become the Omnissiah, but I think he very much could have been like...
He would have been the leader of the Admech, and he would have had, and he probably would have integrated the Iron Hands to be more like the Adeptus Sororitas to the Admech, or like what the Adeptus Sororitas are to the Ecclesiarchy, the Iron Hands would be to the Admech.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on.
Well, no, you haven't answered neither have I. Your hot take.
That was my hot take.
Oh, sorry.
Well, you just spent 5 minutes doing my hot take.
I thought it was Phil's. But mine is. I was gonna say mine is that the Alpha Legion is actually loyal to us, but that's like kind of a weak one because like everyone kind of knows it's true.
Yeah.
My thing is, I think the Yellow King is Constantine Valdor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone thinks it's Rogal Dorn. I think it's Constantine Valdor.
I think it's going to be Constantine Valdor.
Okay.
I thought it was confirmed that it was Valdor.
Flesh Eater Courts have
okay.
5 unique kits. What would you do? What would you add to the range if GW put you in charge for a day?
Oh,
Like,
if
of
they
the
were just
Flesh
gonna
Eater
get 5
Courts
new
or in
kits,
general?
If they were just going to get 5 new kits, like what 5 would we get?
No, what would you do to like expand upon the kits? Like,
Oh, they only have 5 kits.
Do you know what I would fucking love? And I know this really isn't an answer to the question, so I'm gonna abstain from that answer by instead substituting this. Is I would love if there was like you could play Flesh Eater Courts, but in a more aesthetic way where they still play how they play, but they look how they think they look. So instead of the Flesh Eater Courts,
Oh, like you could field like Bretonia models?
or yeah, but like they play as Flesh Eater Courts, but this is how they see themselves instead of them.
Or,
being, like,
or maybe just they mix in a couple models that like just look really nice.
yeah, and you're
Into
and,
like the zombie pods.
yeah, because that's how the Flesh Eater Courts think they look, not what they actually look like. But it kind of falls more into their whole like grand delusion shit.
yeah.
I think that'd be super fucking cool.
Really, maybe a little more, some more special units. That's really it.
Yeah. Actually, you know what might be really cool? As an elite cavalry option, because you know how a bunch of the Flesh Eaters, they have an alternate form that's like half beast, half man.
Yeah.
As an elite cavalry option, basically just centaurs.
I like your words, Magic Man.
Yeah, that would be pretty dope.
Oh, okay. Moving on. What line of models do you think fails to match its lores the most? Well, when you really think about it, Bretonia. I understand we're talking a lot about this like,
Yeah, no.
but
So what line of models fails to represent the lore the most? Mitchell's argument is Bretonia. Because they don't look like Bretonians.
In AOS or in general?
In AOS. Mitchell's argument is Bretonia.
Oh, fine. Mine is Tomb Kings. Okay, hold on. Let me actually think about this.
yeah, that's a difficult one.
I think I'm gonna catch a lot of shit for this. Skaven.
Yeah.
I can see it. Yeah.
Because Skaven and AOS are just Skaven from fantasy, but Skaven and AOS are demons.
yeah.
And everything that's super Skaven-y on table is just the same shit they did in fantasy. Like, yeah, they have corruption, they have Skaven corruption. They're just like, oh, well, it's chaos corruption now, just Skaven flavored. Realistically, I think
Skaven are not ratty enough.
They're not demon enough. That's my issue. They're demons now. They are made of warp stuff. If I remember the lore correctly. And they do not act like demons. Like, I get we're not going to get like super hardcore demonified Skaven that like can't exist in the fucking mortal realms without
Yeah,
constant chaos magic.
The closest thing we get is a Vermin Lord.
But I just don't think they look demon enough.
Yeah.
Or they act demon enough.
I think that they could really benefit from a model line upgrade.
Yeah. If anything, Skaven and AOS Skaven and AOS are better represented of Fantasy Skaven than Fantasy Skaven was in Fantasy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see here. For me, I think I would have to go with honestly the vampires, just in general. Because one thing that a lot of people forget is the vampires is like their whole shtick is death magic. One big thing that I fall back on is Cursed City. In Cursed City, the big bad evil vampire, he had an entire unit of ogres that he had corrupted with death magic and turned into ogre zombies.
So it's more like in Death we only see human skeletons, basically.
Yeah,
it kind of falls like.
And I think you could get some really interesting and elite
That's
units
a nice
by
one.
taking some of the other mortal factions and turning them into
could
zombies.
you imagine if you kit bashed a son of Bahamut to look undead because they're mercenaries, they can be in any faction and just be like, this is my zombie son of Bahamut.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Get some special rules like.
There's a guy out there named Tristan who did Son of Bahamut, but he made them all Tomb Kings. So
That's hot.
But okay.
Okay, moving on.
Okay, no, well, hold on, Mitchell. Is Bertoni your actual answer? If it is, cool, meme answer. I get it, but because I basically had my not answer last time.
In my mind, it really is Flesh Eater Quartz because yes, they're ghouls.
It'd be better if they acted more how they think they look, kind of. If that makes sense. Like they.
I know.
Okay.
Yeah. That it'd be cool to have two different armies with them. But
You have
there is also
Flesh Eater Quartz.
They don't look as fast as they are.
Yeah.
They look so undead. You think they'd be kind of shambly, but they're fast as shit, aren't they?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay.
Or alternatively, whose tabletop rules really don't live up to the lore of the faction. I know you mentioned the Stormcast Monster Hunter lady who sucks in melee on
So
on TT,
I have issues with individual models, but with factions as a whole,
I'd say by and large are pretty good.
yeah, they're pretty good.
Now, if we were talking 9th edition 40k, I'd say Death Guard. But
Oh,
I had
God.
my whole fucking
no,
rant
10th
about them.
edition Death Guard.
Oh yeah, because they lost. Yeah.
Yeah, fuck, dude, they're getting shit on hard because their rules are fucking whack.
Okay. Your
Well,
favorite
their rules got whacked.
your favorite AOS characters.
Let's go ahead and just make a rule for ourselves. No gods.
Damn it.
No, that's right. That's a cop out. That's a cop out. Or
Because the gods are kind of a cop out.
yeah, that's kind of a cop out. Because I would win most times Sigmar. So
Well, I got mine.
Because I'm currently reading the books for him in fantasy. I'm
I got
on
mine.
the second one.
Okay,
Hel-
well,
Hemokar.
Okay. No.
Fuck you, you little bitch.
Here's
took
what I'll say.
mine.
If you want to say Sigmar
That's
from
my cop-out.
fantasy,
But it's
I'll accept that.
But it specifically said an AOS character.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. Well, I mean, technically it's an AOS.
Okay, cool.
Anyway.
No. My favorite Age of Sigmar character is Balthazar Gelt. Because I don't think he's dead.
For me, ironically enough, as much as I hate her rules on tabletop,
Yndrasta.
Yndrasta.
I
love her
swear,
character.
I'm surprised it's not Chatalos, because that man, he never died. He went to Sigmar and went, make me a Stormcast.
Wait, who?
Bastion
Carthalos?
Yes, he
Okay,
never died.
I like him, but I like the lore of Yndrasta better. Of her whole shtick is because really what she is just oh fuck.
Can I make a meme real quick?
Well, no. What's Shalaxi? She is just Sigmar's Shalaxi.
I can sum up Yndrasta's lore in 2 words. Hulk from Ragnarok, big monster. That's Yndrasta.
Yeah, no, but her whole shtick is she is just
Shalaxi.
Sigmar's Shalaxi Hellbane. Because her whole shtick is she just hunts big creatures.
Yeah.
Just like how Shalaxi hunts the big names that fucking Slaanesh once dead.
Yeah. Okay.
My favorite AOS character is gonna have to be Catacross, specifically because to a certain extent he kind of dunked on Archeon.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that kind of leads into our next one.
Least favorite. Cool. I'm going first. You can't fucking steal it from me. It's Archeon. Fuck that guy.
He's big enough. He's big enough for all 3 of us to hate him.
Yeah, that's fair. I can share my hate. There's so much of it.
Yeah.
Next question. How was your last AOS game? I don't know. Mine was against Mitchell.
Yeah, mine was also against Mitchell. And frankly, fuck you, Mitchell. Your snakes are bullshit.
I can't talk. I think I beat him.
I thought you won that game.
I technically won on points.
I can't say anything. I'm pretty sure I won that game because Croak was like, "Hey, do you want 4 spells?" What? Bam, bam, bam. Mitchell was like, "Please stop."
Well, other than that, mine was great because I love playing with Sam. Sam is
Yeah,
the
Sam is
best person to
great.
play with. He gives you the best whiskeys in the world.
Yeah, if you go play at his house, he'll just like
Hey, you
buy you with
want to
whiskey.
play OS and get fucking drunk?
He gets you drunk. He feeds you. Honestly, he is the
Playing with Sam makes you feel loved.
It
And
really
I've never
does.
played with Sam, but I've been there while he was playing with Mitchell. I just feel like playing
Yeah.
with Sam makes you feel
Just
loved.
understand, he will kick your ass and skin you alive and like win 90-20.
He 100% will body you with no remorse.
I actually no. We tied last game.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's impressive. How do you
Well,
fuck
to be
up?
fair, Mitchell. I was like, Mitchell's getting pretty good. So I was like, no, he's not. Fuck that guy.
No, I've
It was
played
the
against
first time-
Sam. He's fucking terrifying.
It was the first time I played Stormcast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you play
Damn,
against Stormcast list against
Mitchell.
was he playing?
Mitchell took your
Warclans?
faction and did it better than you.
Well, no. To be fair, at the time I played him with my Stormcast were all over the place,
Gotcha.
No, yeah, he did.
and I rolled like dog shit.
He played his Iron Jaws,
Yeah.
and I played Astral Templar, so he could never roar and do like the
Oh, yeah.
extra 10 damage.
Yeah.
So he's
yeah,
like,
you shut him down
he's-
out of his monster abilities.
I was like,
Yep.
hey, I'm just letting you know I'm playing Astral Templars. I don't even know what you're playing. I'm just letting you know I'm playing Astral Templars. And he goes, and he's got halfway through the thing. He goes,
He's like,
God
gosh.
damn it.
It's because actually are too fast, or they'd have something
no,
that shuts
their
down.
faction ability.
Their faction abilities, they cannot be the. Oh my God, words.
Yeah.
They cannot be the victim of monstrous rampages.
Yeah.
Is it the same thing as Monstrous Charges?
That's
no,
like
no.
stomp, roar, all that.
Yeah, Monstrous Charge. The Monstrous action, whenever they charge,
yeah.
they can do stuff. Oh, so
Yeah,
basically, he's like, I'm going to charge you. You're like, and?
Yeah. No.
Like,
and
yeah, you can charge
'cause
me.
the
It's not, nothing's gonna happen.
Yeah, the Astral Templars, their whole shtick is that they hunt monsters. They're like
ba-
Yandrasta.
ba-
Yandrasta was an entire
By the
fucking
way,
storm
Baby
host.
Yandrastas.
Yeah.
Hamilcar
And then-
is an Astral Templar.
Yeah. And
They
no,
have-
what? Nope.
Yes. Hamilcar is an Astral Templar.
Wait, I thought he was the dude that's in the Black Talon show on Warhammer Plus.
No, he's in Hammer and Bolter.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure he's the Lord Selson, though.
Yeah, no, he is.
Oh, I thought those were this. Okay.
Yeah.
Then yeah, I fucked up. Okay, no. But yeah, and then a big backbone of Sam's army is he has 2 Skull Crushers.
Yes. Also, he's doing his what are they called? The boar riders.
Oh yeah. And don't they get? Don't they get?
he-
as a
he-
unit,
he
they
ha-
get a
he ha-
monstrous action?
No, they don't do a monstrous action, but he has him kit bashed with mangler squids.
Oh god.
So he has
Oh,
orcs
wow.
riding like really large squigs.
That's amazing.
Every time I see Orc Boar Boys, my head just goes, man, when did Charlotte's Web get so fucked up?
So,
Wow.
and yeah, just playing with Sam is always a blast.
All right, next question. Will MTG do more Warhammer crossover decks? If so, what 4 factions do you think they would be? Who do you think would be the best choices, AOS or 40k?
I doubt it.
I honestly think
because
that if
the
we go,
secret layer release was Sigmar.
if it was AOS, yeah.
Yeah.
If we go back to 40k,
They did an AOS one.
AOS secret layer.
Yeah.
You
So
had the
they
40k
released the
commander
40K.
decks and the AOS secret layer.
Oh,
Yeah.
And secret layer is just like it releases 5 cards that are they're already made cards with different art. So like I have a Scourge of Thrones, but instead it's like a Stormcast riding a Stormdrake.
oh.
Or for
a
instance,
Stardrake.
there's a
Like they
there's
look
something.
good.
So
There's a card-
if
there's a-
But
they
here's what you'll like: is the second secret layer was Blood Bowl.
Yeah, and so they did a card called Approach the Second Sun, which is basically just like if I play this card twice, I win the game. And then they replaced it with the replacement card name was Touchdown, and it was a picture of a guy making a touchdown in Blood Bowl.
nice.
it's pretty cool. I think if we go back, we're gonna do 40k, and I think they're gonna do the same thing that they did for D&D, which we're gonna have a whole set. Whether it's a commander set or an our standard set, it's gonna be a whole set.
Yeah.
Because 40k has plenty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on.
What faction would you replace, and what would you replace it with?
Can I choose 2?
Only if I get to have Sons of Bahamut.
Fire Slayers and Keratin Overlords.
You would replace them?
What would you
With-
replace him with?
OG dwarves.
Just OG dwarves that have
Yeah.
that have a super large faction.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of like Stormcast.
I would get rid of Sons of Bahamut, and I'd instead replace it with the exact same vibe of just really big, beefy fucking creatures, but it would instead be a variety.
So basically, you would just scale up. You'd created a destruction equivalent to the Beasts of Chaos.
Yeah.
That's
Or
fair.
depending on how it could just be like all of the realms big beefies, and it's just like the whole point is like the fact.
Yeah,
like
it's just
one-
Kragnos going around rounding up big shit.
or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it could be like big shit from like
Yeah.
Ashi or something.
Yeah, it's just Kragnos' zoo,
Yeah.
basically.
It's like it would still be miserable to play against, but at least it'd look better. It'd be more diverse.
Yeah.
Or better yet, like the big faction lead is not Kragnos. Oh, I guess Kragnos. I guess Kragnos kind of is a god beast, but like a god beast.
Here's another problem with Sons of Bahamut is that when you're playing against them, it's always the exact same.
Bro,
arm.
anyone in our fucking Discord who plays Sons of Bahamut gonna be like, these motherfuckers here.
We're not dissing you for
Dude,
playing
like,
them.
yeah, no, I'm sorry. They're just fucking miserable to play against.
just
'cause,
not fun
like,
to play
yeah, it just sucks. Like, I don't.
It's like playing against knights.
Yeah.
I never liked playing against
Philip
knights.
play knights.
Yeah, but the difference there is that in 40k, like you throw out a unit of Melta.
Yeah, I can't really give Philip
And,
shit
like-
because a lot of the time when he played Knights, he played against me, and I'm like, I'm playing with Salamanders, and Phil's like, can you please fucking not?
If you paint up all your knights,
Uh-huh.
I will get Craft World Titans.
Oh
Oh
god.
fuck.
Moving on. Unit faction I would replace.
Replace the elves and make them
Okay.
elves.
Okay. So this is gonna be a little weird. But well, no, because that kind of blows up the flavor. Trying to.
It's a
think.
hard question.
It
Yeah.
really is.
Good question. Hard question.
I think what I would do is I would get rid of one of the two vampires.
I would say get rid of Flesh Eater Course.
Yeah,
just
and
give
what
us
I would do is
Bretonnia. Or Undead Bretonnia.
Well, no. Here's what I would do: is I would get rid of one of the two vampires, probably the Flesh Eaters,
The flesh
and
eaters
I
are
would
not
just
vampires.
straight merge them into Soulblight Gravelords. It's just a different flavor of Soulblight.
That's just my chair falling down. As you see, I'm shorter now.
Yeah. But I would merge the Flesh Eaters with the Soulblight, and just make the Soulblight a bigger faction.
Yeah, to make
different
a
flavors.
more diverse
Yeah,
faction.
just like how in Stormcast you either do a Scion of the Storm or a Stormkeep faction. Mm-hmm. Basically the same thing. You either do whenever you do Soulblight, you either do
The cursed or the undead.
the Cursed or the Undead.
And the Curse or Flesh Eater Quartz.
Yeah, and then the Undead are just like traditional Soulblight.
Yeah, because those are bonus for their own thing.
Yeah, and then I would replace them with
Please say Protect. Honestly, please say Tomb Kings.
yeah, except that we have the fucking
OBR.
Yeah,
But OBR and Tomb Kings are different to a certain because Tomb Kings have a very high focus on monstrous units.
Yes, I really do miss the Tomb Kings, but you can't have two bony boys.
Yeah, because the whole point of
We
blowing up
already
the two
have
vampires.
two bony boys. We have fucking Soulblight and Oziark. The majority of Soulblight is bone.
I mean, there's a difference though.
Yeah, the difference. Yeah, and then the whole point of deleting one vampire of one of the vampire factions is so we don't have two like very similar factions. And honestly, what I would probably replace them with.
Well, what's funny is because Tomb Kings would probably be in the Grand Alliance of Order.
Yeah,
Because
you're
they
not wrong.
fucking hate Nagash.
Yeah, you're
But
not
there would
wrong.
have to be a way to bring him into the lore.
Yeah.
It's not feasible.
No.
What I would
At least not yet.
replace them with would be. Ooh, there's a thought. Okay. Here's what I would do. I would replace them with like just a completely new faction.
Okay.
Mortals of Shaiish.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
So
So
that goes into what I was just about to say. I would also love to get rid of Cities of Sigmar. Because
well, I think the cities of Sigmar should be broken up and reformed into different factions
The species
across
of-
the different realms.
the species of Sigmar.
no, like kind of like the idea of city states.
Yeah, like for instance, the Dark Elves they should be removed from cities of Sigmar. They should go to Ulgu,
Yeah.
and they should become their own faction, ruled by guess who?
Valerian.
Valerian.
Malekith.
But yeah.
Malekith.
And they're ruled by Malarian. But what I was thinking is like, so Sigmar is constantly stealing portions of Stormcast souls, right?
Nagash, you mean?
Or yeah, Nagash is constantly stealing portions of Stormcast souls. So then he uses that to fuel an army of mortals. And so you just get like something kind of like Cities of Sigmar, a bunch of humans, but also you get elites that are then are literally powered by shards of Stormcast souls.
That would also play into this idea that like Nagash
is stealing the power of the Stormcast.
Well, no, Nagash is actually just a good god.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm jiggy with that. Next question. What faction, if given the option, would you delete? Oh, no, we already did that one. Oh, no. And then what is y'all's favorite faction? I think we already answered that.
Yeah, we've kind of already hit on that.
Why?
Real quick, favorite faction. You're Seraphon. I'm Stormcast. Mitchell, you're...
Something.
All of
something.
Yeah.
I can't choose.
Really Order of Death.
Why does the live action The Last Airbender exist? Jesus Christ, what a shit show.
Because people want money. And
don't fucking, like, look at the source material.
Yeah.
Ong!
I will stab you.
Or the whole, like, let's do this entire ass dance to lift Tiny Pebble in show top. Just like, boop, entire mountain.
Yeah.
Is there a model you think so highly of you would recommend it to people who don't play Warhammer just as a painting project?
Ooh. Yeah, there's a bunch of them. Bunch of the character models. Like Yndrasta, for instance.
The Celestin Prime looks amazing.
The Celestin Prime doesn't look
The
anything
fucking
dog shit on tabletop,
the
but looks
fucking
amazing.
Glotkin.
Yeah. Or
Alariel.
Alariel.
Shit. Waterfall Cape Boy.
Yeah,
Wizard.
Eidolon.
Yeah, Eidolon.
The centerpieces for AOS are fucking really good.
No, the Vine lady thing.
Lady of Vines?
Catacross.
Yes.
Catacross is good,
Catacross, yeah.
Fucking Nagash?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Teclis? Like, yeah, there's so many. Basically, any of the big models are just fucking fantastic. And a lot of the character models are so detailed.
Yeah.
Like,
The dragons.
As much as I fucking hate him, Archeon's model looks really fucking good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moving...
It just helps fuel the rage.
Right. Moving on. Would you want to see Blood Bowl come to AOS so we could get new teams for, say, the Night Haunt or Chaotic Overlords?
No.
Now that they're rebooting Fantasy, no. Just leave it where
I
it
do
is.
think Chaotic Overlord Blood Bowl would be fucking hilarious. They're just like, let's get the ball. They're just like, bitch, I fly.
Yeah,
like, that'd be pretty funny.
I think it would be cool if Blood Bowl opened up to Fantasy or to AOS models, but didn't really change the rules.
It was still just fan. Yeah.
Yeah.
Next question. Is there anything ogres cannot eat? With enough enthusiasm? No.
Yeah.
Next question. Did Bretonia worship angels? I think they had more saints.
No, yeah, they were more saints than the lady.
In the lady, yeah.
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 Next question. What do you think is Sigmar's favorite food? Whatever Nagash hates.
No, honestly, I'd be willing to bet that Sigmar, because Sigmar at his core is a tribesman. Like, that's what he grew up doing.
Meat.
Oats,
Yeah.
barley, and meat.
Meat and potatoes.
To be fair, so, like, honest to God, probably just fresh meat roasted on fire.
All this bullshit happening. Sigmar, beans, bacon, and beer.
Hey.
I got your 4 basic food groups: beans, bacon, whiskey, and lard.
Bone Daddy Mitchell, did you get your Night Haunt back?
No.
Working on that.
Working on that
I
one.
have not.
Next, do any of you have facial hair? There's a picture of us floating around in the Discord. Find out for yourself.
Yeah.
There is a picture of
Short
us.
answer, all 3 of us have beards.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Next question. Since 40k got MTG decks, would you want AOS to get proper commanders, and what factions would you want for that?
Okay, I honestly would like it.
Straight up, they'd need a whole ass entire set release.
I mean, that the same thing
So
would be said for 40k.
Yeah.
Okay, but for the 4, it's like it's going to be Stormcast, Soulblight Gravelords.
One from each alliance.
Yeah. Orc War Clans.
Slaves of Darkness.
Yeah, Slaves of Darkness.
Slaves of
is an
Darkness,
easy cop-out.
Stormcast, Orc War Clan, and then Soulblight Gravelords.
Yeah.
Next question. When is the face reveal for you Heavenly People dropping? It's already out there.
Yeah, we didn't exactly.
It wasn't really a face drop. It was more just like it was a picture of his LVO, and they're like, "Hey, can we post it?" But yeah, sure, fuck you, whatever you want. And it got posted, and like, if we ever do like an honest to
Technically,
God,
we didn't actually say like, hey, yeah, post our pictures, but like, yeah,
whatever.
yeah. If we haven't technically.
There's
done
also a
face
video of
reveal.
me opening up Nagash.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we technically haven't done a face reveal, but like, if you scroll far enough back, you'll eventually find them.
If
Just ask Allie to.
if we ever do an honest to God face reveal, it'll probably be our first live. Honestly, just like, hey, this is what we look like.
Yeah, they're like, you already know, but
There you go. Next question: do you play D&D, and if so, what's your favorite character you've ever played? Yes, I think we all play D&D, and my favorite character I've ever played is either a Tiefling Samurai or a Dragonborn Paladin who's actually more of a Hell Knight from 3rd
this
edition.
is going to answer 2 questions. But my Kinku was my favorite thing I ever played.
Hey, so the question way down in the depths of why is Mitchell called Birdman? He's called Birdman because of D&D. Basically, what happened is we were all level 1
By
characters.
the way,
and
this
Mitchell,
was like back when Mitchell and Jacob were first meeting and getting to know each other.
yeah. This is like 4 years ago, 5 years ago.
Yeah, it's been a hot
So
minute.
yeah, right. So Mitchell, there was like a group of like 8 of us, and a friend of ours was a first-time DM, and he had kind of made a mistake by throwing a bunch of goblins at us in leather armor, and none of us could fucking hit them. But Mitchell was playing a Kenku monk, and basically went up and just like
The way of the Drunken Fist, by the way.
and just like karate chopped the ever living Christ out of like half the goblins, and I believe the exact quote was, "Oh God, he went Birdman on them," and then that was how it was sealed. It was basically Mitchell doing dumb shit in D&D is why as a Kenku is why he's called Birdman. White cheddar is something he's gonna have to explain himself.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
But yeah, and for me, I've played D&D. I don't have a super strong attachment to any one D&D character. The game that I've played much more of is Dark Heresy, and Jacob's my DM. And then my absolute favorite character out of there
I have one,
is
and I love him to death.
JJJ.
What is it? James Jonah Johnson or the fuck?
No,
Joe
Joe Jack Johnson. Yeah, the guard.
And his
Joe Jack Johnson, the guard's been married to a Dark Eldar because fuck
Josephine
your canon.
Jacqueline Johnson.
Josephine Jacqueline Johnson.
Yeah.
Oh, didn't they have a kid who was like James Jones Johnson or something like that?
Yeah, something like that. It was.
Yeah,
dumb.
their kid is a half guardsman, a half fucking Dark Eldar mutant abomination.
We just don't tell anybody about that.
Yep.
But
For a
no,
while, our Wi-Fi was called James Jonah Johnson. What the fuck was you guys?
Joe Jack Johnson.
Yeah, we had our Wi-Fi called Joe Jack Johnson for a little bit.
Yeah.
But no, my favorite character off there is probably my Psyker.
Ignatius.
Ishmael. Yeah, Ignatius Ishmael.
Yeah.
And yeah, no, I just fucking love that character. He just does dumb shit.
And then
Because I very much figured out how to like work the system, and so I'll run
okay,
around
to be
with,
fair,
like,
I also kind of allowed you to do it because I like homebrew shit and it entertained me.
Well, no, I'm talking about like all the spells I figured out how to cast simultaneously. So like my character is just constantly running around with like 3 detection spells going constantly, and so little like someone farts in his general vicinity, and he knows immediately who did it, and like nobody sneaks up on him. It's kind of funny as shit.
I'm not even. I said my D&D stuff. I'm not even gonna get into Zagat.
Oh god, yeah, no.
That character's about 10 years old and he's basically God.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's
We're
basically a
gonna
living
skip the
saint at
first
this point.
part of this question and only go to the second part.
Okay.
Let me see.
Please, can we say it?
Wait.
Okay, go ahead.
How come Trog ass is so irresistible?
That sounds like a you problem.
I just
friend.
wanted to read it. I'm not gonna respect that with an answer. Who plays the most jank lists? You're looking at me. I don't play.
Nagash and 3 Terror, guys. It's amazing.
It's probably
I
Mitchell.
mean, the issue is that you haven't actually played that yet.
Okay,
I think I'm the closest.
Phil's dragon list is pretty jank. It's jank not because
jank, but it
it's not
works.
that it's bad. It's just fucking hilarious. It's
It's
essentially
It's just oops dragon.
his entire list is the dragon version of caw, bitch.
I want when I
basically
had
what
my
it is.
Sylvaneth, I want oops all dryads.
Oops all dragons, oops all dragons, oops all dryads, and there's gonna be Nagash and oops all terrorgeists.
Yep.
Okay, next question. Second podcast when?
We'll see about that.
Butter dog. Next one, Bone Daddy. How do you feel knowing you 100% called it with the line immediately forgiving the fallen who weren't chaos worshippers and killing the ones that are?
I mean, I was right. What do you expect?
I'm assuming with his next question, he's gonna want you to like flex on me aggressively because I was completely wrong and you were completely right because that is his next question, and we'll get to that in a second.
Yep.
Next one is, would you want Catacross to murk Nagash and take over, kind of like Nagash did to the other Death Gods? I don't think he can.
Yeah, he just can't.
There's no fucking way.
Yeah.
he's alive because of Nagash.
And honestly, no, because I love Nagash.
yeah. Point blank. Next question. Having ideas is one thing, but do you have a roadmap for your goals of the podcast over the next 3 years?
No.
3 years? Fuck no.
Fuck no.
No.
We probably should, but we don't. And no, we suck. And that's basically what the answer to that question is.
Yeah.
And here we go. I don't see the line making a radical change like Gilliman did when he came back. Jacob, how does it feel to be completely wrong about your Primarch predictions? I was wrong. I'm wrong, and I'm happy as shit that I was, because I was really scared that the line was going to come back and it was going to go right back to super autismo Lion, who's like Gilliman and Berbadur, and oh man, my fucking dude is like.
No, we got old man Lion.
We got old man Lion, who's like, the world is on fire and we need to put it the fuck out. So like, was I wrong? Yes. Am I happy I was wrong? Yes.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, I'm great. It's great lore, and I'm all for great lore. I was scared he's gonna come back and it was gonna be shit lore, and it wasn't. So like,
yeah.
I count me being wrong as a fucking win.
Yeah.
Are you guys still playing Outward Realms?
Outward Realms is a dead game now.
Yeah.
Oh, has it officially died?
The creator had to shut it down.
Oh, I know. Like, that was where it was going, but did that officially happen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's
It's
official.
so.
Unfortunately.
Did he put the fucking the 3D print
Yes, he
templates out?
did. But like, it's like. He still has the rules up. He still has everything up, but it's more of like
It's not like
it's no longer really being worked on. And
He
the
can't
models
like we might get a comeback later, but it was just some stuff happened and it just kind of a dead game, which really sucked because like Batra.
that really did. Space
Slam.
Rock.
Can we play it? Come on, a slam.
Slam.
So can we play it? Yes. Is it gonna be going anywhere in the near future? No.
Nah.
Which
Next question.
is really unfortunate because I really liked the humans in that one. The human sculpts.
And the lore was really good.
Yeah.
Follow up on my skeleton question from last year. You stated that human skeletons would naturally be the most common type due to humans breeding like rabbits. But if so, where are all the skelly rats?
Since they're demons, they just die and dissipate.
I don't think Nagash would raise skelly rats because he fucking hates Skaven.
Yeah,
so,
no,
like,
that's the thing about Nagash is he hates
he
Skaven.
hates
He'd rather just destroy them.
He hates the Greathorn rats, and thus he hates Skaven.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back to the whole like super suck vacuum cleaner sucking up Skaven souls whenever he like invaded their warrens. So, next, but you do bring a valid question because there should be more skeletons, which is what we said about like diversifying soul blood, having like ogre and giants and elves and blah 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 blah. Would you rather keep model prices the same for free rules or pay, say, 15% less for everything?
I mean, technically, us in America should be paying less anyway, because we technically pay double taxes at a higher conversion rate for dollars to pounds than what's actually supposed to be.
So we should
converted.
change that 15 to like 30, and maybe we'll talk.
Yeah.
But honestly, I'd be okay with paying 15% less for everything because I like codexes, and even if the rules are free, I'm still going to buy codexes because I just like having the physical book.
Yeah.
Point blank. If you could port an army from AOS to 40k or the other way around, who would you move?
Stormcast.
We already answered this
Yeah,
question.
we already had this question.
Why is Stormcast much more interesting than Marines? We've kind of answered this question too.
So again, that kind of has to do with this. So if you remember back when I was talking about the difference between 30k Space Marines and 40k Space Marines, it's a very similar thing.
It's Stormcasts are more human.
Yeah, Stormcasts are allowed to have emotions.
I will say, I mean, it depends on the chapter, but I will say that Marines do have a lot more named characters, and Marine named characters can go pretty fucking hard.
Yeah.
Now, having said that, there's also 40 years of lore behind
There,
Space
and, yeah,
Marines,
and there
so-
we go.
This next one's not really a question. It's
Who would win, Nagash or Big
Nagash or who?
Big E?
Big E.
Oh, Big E.
fucking E.
Big E
Without
would
question.
body.
Big E would fucking body Nagash.
Yeah,
no
one thing
question.
you have to remember is that the Chaos
We
Gods...
had this question with Big E versus Sigmar.
Yeah, well, answering this, though, one thing you have to remember is that the Chaos Gods are still very much on the same power level between AOS and 40k. The difference in AOS is that the Chaos Gods are a lot more willing to sit back and just kind of let everybody play amongst themselves.
Because it's truly
Archeon
a
is
game.
thing.
Where
Yeah.
in 40k, the Chaos Gods are a lot more like kill everything.
Yeah. And Big E, in the world where the Chaos Gods are more aggro, is still strong enough to put up a fight.
While basically being dead.
Yeah, while basically being dead, is still strong enough to put up enough of a fight against any of the Chaos Gods that they will not fight him one-on-one.
Yeah, no, like I'm gonna put a point back.
Like, to give you an idea, Nagash, if Nurgle decided that he wanted Nagash's ass, Nagash would have to go to other gods for help. So if Big E rolls up into Shaiish and is like, Nagash, you're mine now, Nagash would get fucking annihilated.
Because the whole thing about Big E being dead now is he has lost his like charisma and his physical prowess, but he still has his psychic prowess, and that is akin to magic, basically. So like,
yeah, earlier
he
we were
would
saying
roll
we
and
didn't
be
want
like bop.
Yeah, earlier we were saying we didn't want to compare psychers to wizards in AOS. In this situation, though, considering Nagash is more of a god, it's a little bit of an easier comparison because then he can wield the Wind of Death, with a lot more finesse. But the issue is that Big E still is just Big E has more raw power and he can do more with it.
He is just truly an apocalyptic psyker.
Yeah,
it's an entire almost. It's an entire subspecies that completely sacrifice themselves to come together with a unified mind.
Yeah, he Big E is basically a hive mind of like the strongest psychers back when psychic energy was a lot more prevalent.
Yeah.
Now, what I was gonna say is, back on what you said about like how about Big E being able to go toe-to-toe with the Chaos Gods and like the realm of the Chaos Gods are more aggro is, spoiler alert, in the last Plague God book, whenever Big E basically manifests himself in Gilliman's body in the fucking Gardens of Nurgle and basically looked Nurgle dead in the eye and said, "Fuck you, the warp doesn't exist. It is a realm governed by force of will, and no one's will is stronger than mine." And then slapped Nurgle's shit in, and permanently wounded him. He literally went into Nurgle's house and said, "Your house is built on lies, and fuck you, I'm stronger, bitch."
Yep.
Yeah, and this is when he's not at full power and basically in a semi-dead, not dead state.
That's the reason why we stated that like way earlier that the most unbelievable thing that happened in Age of Sigmar is a Stormcast throwing a hammer at Nurgle,
telling Nurgle to eat a fat
screaming.
Yeah, because like that's basically the same shit Big E does, and Big E is a lot more potent.
Honestly,
than
I'm gonna keep it a buck. Y'all are probably gonna disagree with me, and that's cool. But the Chaos Gods are stronger at 40k. And here is my basis. 40k is so much larger, and the power of the gods is based off the devotion that they glean off of the materium. Yeah, that's why Khorne is so strong in 40k because everyone's fighting constantly.
Yeah, no, there is no argument to be made there.
Yeah. Well, I did say they're, if we assume they're on equal level,
because the best way is like a realm is a planet. That's how it basically is. A realm is essentially its own planet. Yeah, and there are billions of planets in 40k.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, millions anyway.
Okay.
Which is inaccurate. There's billions of planets in.
Well, millions of habitable.
Millions of planets that are inhabited by the Imperium.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But no. So like with that knowledge though, Big E would roll up. To give you an idea, if Big E rolled up during the Gore-Tide, during the Age of Chaos, Big E would have rolled up, taken one look at the Gore-Tide and gone, "Oh, well that's cute."
Beep.
Beep. Oh, look, I just deleted the entire Gore-Tide.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like, cool. Now I'm gonna go find.
I'm moving on.
I'm gonna go find Sigmar.
I'm moving on.
I'm gonna redo all this shit.
Moving on to the next part of the question. You are given control over GW. What changes are you making and why?
A lot. That's almost gonna have to be a butter dog just for length.
I do gotta say though, I would basically demolish Warhammer Plus and roll back all of the shit on the animations for fan animations.
One thing I would. I will say one thing. We only get allowed to say one thing.
Okay. Mine would be rolling back the. I don't know if they've been changed. I frankly don't look into it because it makes me mad. But I would reel back the draconian fucking IP laws that they instituted over like fan animations on YouTube and things like that.
I would move production to America.
Pick your country. More.
Or at least split production.
Or at least split production. Yeah.
Or move a production to America.
Yeah, and that's not like America thing. That's just there's just more players in America because America has a
that,
bigger
and it would
UK.
You could decrease the price. Yeah. You won't have to be doing double taxes.
I would say have a distribution center in both countries, so neither country has to pay double taxes. Yeah. Because if you had to ship from America to UK, they'd have the same problem, wouldn't they?
Yeah. Well, that's what Mitchell's saying is just to have split production. Yeah. Have some production in the US, some production in Britain. So what I would do is I would probably, honestly, I'd tell Space Marines to go eat a fat bag of dicks for about an entire fucking edition and focus on everyone else.
Up to snuff.
Yeah, focus on everything else. Because like now going into 10th edition, the Space Marines are almost entirely made up of new sculpts. because so many of the like firstborn and things like that, the older sculpts, they're either vehicles, which like it doesn't really matter that they get upgraded sculpts or not, or the firstborn just aren't really as prevalent anymore.
And especially with Primaris starting to use firstborn weapons now in 10th edition, like the reason you'd use firstborn is kind of a moot point now.
Yeah.
Well, also Primaris is no longer
a keyword now. It's just now it's just Space Marine.
Yeah. So like,
and I think that's showing that there really isn't any firstborn left.
Yeah. Not to mention the fact that like now that there's no longer a distinction, if you wanted to make a TAC Marine squad, literally you just take a bunch of Primaris and crash them together, and now boom, you have a TAC squad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now they look good in Primaris. Anyway, then so basically what I would do there is I would just tell Space Marines to eat a fat bag of dicks for model releases.
For
unless
edition.
it was like new lore stuff, that's different.
For an edition, essentially.
Yeah, but for an edition, for basically an entire edition, tell them to eat a fat bag of dicks, upgrade the Eldar lines, well, no, the Tyranids are getting their upgrades.
The Tau, the Dark Eldar,
just basically take a look at everything.
Any sculpt that's over 5 years old is getting upgraded.
Well, I can go for 10, but still.
Yeah.
All right, next question. Which Space Marine chapter would have the most funny uncle energy / family man energy?
Space Wolves.
Salamanders.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Salamanders there.
So funny uncle.
Funny uncle, Space Wolves, family man, Salamanders.
Salamanders.
I can
Because
agree with
Salamanders literally have a thing where Space Marines that are on Nocturne, they literally go and they are seen as like wise elders to the clans of Nocturne that Salamanders recruit from. They are seen as like
they
they are
go
like
back and look after their family.
Well, Space Wolves are actually very nice.
and that they're fucking great. They're fucking, I love Space Wolves. They're actually really kind. But technically Salamanders aren't Codex compliant.
Yeah, they're just so small that it doesn't make a difference.
Yeah, no, but they don't have a normal amount of companies. I think they have like 8 because they have 7. They have one company for every great house of Nocturne. And basically, if I remember correctly, like the Space Marines are seen as like wise men to these houses, and they go and they give knowledge and help out the families. And I think the captain of each company is kind of like the patriarch of that clan.
Oh.
Yeah. It's fucking awesome. All right, next question.
Butterdog.
Hey, Phil. Yeah. Butterdog.
Butterdog.
All right, thoughts on female Space Marines and fuck. We have to wait for Phil for that. Okay, I'm going to go the one below this one because we have to wait for Phil for that one. That's a whole ass discussion. If you got to go on a date with any of the female versions of the Primarchs, who and why? Oh, yeah, we talked about this at the Burger Shack. Go first.
Bootta
Gilliman. And why would that be?
Because I'm a sucker for government.
The joke that I made is basically he would walk into like an open plaza with Bootta Gilliman, and female Bootta Gilliman would be like, "Hey, do you want to talk about zoning?" And Mitchell would be like, "Sploosh." Mitchell would be like, "Ah, yes, panties dropped."
Yep.
I said Sanguinius mainly because like
she would know how to wine and dine.
Like, that'd be a damn good date, like 100%.
Yeah.
Like that'd be one for the history books. Also because I would be scared that female Vulcan would like annihilate me.
Yes.
Like that is some get crushed via thighs energy right there.
We're answering Phillips. Kurz.
Yeah, Philip jokingly said Kurz, but that's just how it is now. Phil, it is confirmed Phil's in the blood play. No one let him forget this. I'm in the clear. Oh, here we come.
Oh.
Damn it! We answered for you. It's Conrad occurs. You're in a blood play, and no one can let you forget it. Okay, but is that your actual answer, or you want to revise it? Please don't say Rogaldorn.
Conrad Kurz.
Let's go.
No, in all seriousness, honest to God, probably Lehman Russ.
That's a good one.
That's a
because
pretty
he'd
good
also probably kill you.
But you know
Yeah,
what?
but
You're
like-
gonna have a great time doing it.
Yeah, it'd be the time of your fucking life.
Steak and booze, my guy. Steak and
booze.
booze.
Okay, so we actually skipped one because the one above that we thought you needed to be here for was thoughts on female Space Marines and Primarchs.
Oh, yeah.
So,
I forgot something. I'll be right back.
okay, so we're going to start then. I'm going to go ahead and just start off with mine. I I know a big thing about female Space Marines is like being inclusive, and I get that. Like everyone wants to be included and have a good time and things like that. But my issue with female Space Marines is there's a logical reason why they aren't a thing, and I bow to lore normally. But the other
lore is half the game.
But the other thing is we already have an all-female like a faction that is going to be more badass than female Space Marines ever, and it's the Adeptus Sororitas. And I know
or the Sisters of Silence.
And I know the whole thing is like, oh, well, Adeptus Sororitas are like uber religious and they all look the same and they don't get to express themselves and yada yada yada. And
that's the same thing with Space Marines.
A, it's the same thing with Space Marines, and B, while that is correct, there is no place in the lore for a faction that can do that, except for Sound Marines, and that's chaos, and that's whack.
Yep.
So, like, there's no way you could have a super inclusive version of, like, female Space Marines that could express themselves and do, like, whatever the fuck they wanted to do, and it still be within the lore. Like, and once again, like, I'm not shitting on any idea. Like, I get inclusivity and all that good stuff, and I agree with it, but we already have, like, one of the coolest factions in the game's all female. I simp hard for nuns with guns. Like, bruh.
Yeah,
they have like the most drip in the entire fucking game, and they're doing really good in tabletop right now. So yeah. I just think like putting the lore reasons aside, there's just not a need for them because we have the coolest fucking female faction ever.
Yeah, and if you wanted to make the argument of like, but they're not. Like, they are, like, just inherently different from Space Marines because they don't have as much of, a wide variety and selection of ways to play and, like, and stuff that they do as Space Marines. One thing you have to remember, and again, this kind of harkens back to my whole, like, Space Marines can eat a dick for a addition and, like, everybody else gets help. Space Marines have been around for basically 40 years. Sisters of Battle
like
have
10?
been around for, like 10 or 15.
10. Yeah.
I think they came out in 7th edition.
And they were cooler than everyone else when they fucking get-go.
Yeah.
Listen, what other faction, like we just said, what other faction brings a tank that's also an organ, that functions as an organ, but also shoots missiles? How the fuck are you going to top that?
Yeah.
Such
and if you don't want to go down like the hardcore religious line, then I still think the Sisters of Silence I think the Sisters of Silence are actually cooler than the Sisters of Battle.
The Sisters of Battle are really fucking cool. They're just so small.
Yeah, the issue is that they're really small. So again,
they would
just need help.
I would love to see the Sisters rise up and the Custodes faction just turns into half Custodes, half Sisters.
Well, during the Horus Heresy, that's how it was.
Instead of the faction being called Custodes, it was just called the Fangs of the Emperor.
No,
because that's what it was called.
No, they were called the Talons.
Talons, yeah,
the
Talons
Emperor's
of the Emperor,
Talons.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Custodes were literally the right hand of the Emperor, and the Sisters were his left.
Because Custodes can't do warp shit at all.
Yeah, they're actually quite vulnerable to it.
But they have a little bit of resistance, but nothing crazy. But the Sisters are like, haha, warp, fuck that.
Yeah.
So basically, take a warp entity, shut down its warp capabilities, and then the Custodes are like, I'm going to start beating you now. I don't know when I'll stop.
Yeah. But no, like, I think the Sisters of Silence are some of the coolest characters in lore that are completely slept on.
And then there's a bunch of badass females in other factions, like you have Rand, the leader of the Yanari. Like, dude, badass as fuck.
Yeah.
There's a couple female Tau that I can't think of right now.
And
big ass Gundams that fucking dunk on everyone.
You want to know an entire faction that doesn't give a fuck about your gender?
The
Drakari?
The Admech.
No,
the Admech. The Admech
Listen,
do not give a fuck. Their whole shtick is the flesh is weak. So like,
of all
why
kinds.
the fuck would we give a shit about what your flesh is?
Yeah, that's a fair point.
But yeah, that's
I don't think there's much more to add to that.
Yeah,
We
the
understand.
Admech are like hardcore
We understand why people want it. It's just
I don't think it's needed.
The issue is that all three of us approached 40K from a very lore-based perspective. We're not against female Space Marines. The issue is that if you were to try and introduce female Space Marines into the lore as it is now, you would need to change so much of the lore that it would potentially break all old lore.
It would be a great Necron retconning to Electric Boogaloo, but instead of the Eldar, it'd be Space Marines.
Yeah, and it would be even more so. It'd be to an even greater degree. Because literally the entirety of the Space Marines for the past 10,000 years have been built upon the fact of it's like literally only men can join. And like even Malkador, there is a book where Malkador mentions like, oh yeah, maybe we should have female like women in the army, and the Emperor is just like, no, like I just can't do that.
Like it's not scientifically possible. Like for whatever
reason. Well, no, because the whole thing is that he wants to create like parts of his own genetic code and mix it in, and he's just like, no, I forget what he says.
I'm pretty sure it was like, for whatever reason, like how you turn a boy into a space marine. It's just not biologically possible with a female. I forget why.
Well, nowadays it's impossible because the gene seed would just reject them, because the gene seed already has a fairly narrow selection.
But even when making the gene seed, like at first, it just wasn't possible because like men and women are.
And I think
they have differences in like. The
didn't it have to do directly with the black carapace as well?
I'm sorry.
They had to do something specifically with the black carapace.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, I don't remember what it is. I know it was a thing. I don't know the exact specifics.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Hey, do you want to take a break? It's 2 hours and 9 minutes.
I'm good. We can still keep going.
We may make this one a little longer.
Okay.
I'm not saying no to the break. We can go longer.
Okay.
Let's go another 30 minutes. See how we feel.
Next one, a little bit of a personal question. But how old are y'all? And if y'all were to fight all of the Patreon members, would you win? We are basically all the same age. I am older, but by
as
months.
of right now, we're all 26.
Yeah, I'm older by months, and not that many.
Yeah,
but I went into school when I was I went to school a year young. I went to school a year younger, so that's why even though I graduated first, I'm y'all's age.
Yeah. So Jacob, you're the oldest. Mitchell is in the middle, and I'm technically the youngest. But as of right now, we're all 26.
Yeah, it's by months and not that many months.
We were all born within about a year.
If we were to all fight the Patreon members, would y'all win? Probably not. Because
there's a thing about numbers.
Yeah, because there's like 40 people in the Patreon. Now, if it was like they're coming to assault us and we're in a trench position, we have lots of guns. That'd be a little easier, but realistically, it's like 40 versus 3. We'd probably get bodied.
Yeah, depends on.
Like, I know you're looking for a Mimi answer, but no, we would just get fucking stampeded by a bunch of angry Europeans.
Yeah, not to mention there are pictures of us online. We don't know what most of our Patreon members look like. So like,
we'd be walking around with get shivved in the fucking back. And Ozzy's like, go to sleep.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, Norky and Ozzy are freakishly tall.
Yeah, they are. They're big.
I would know about that one.
Tall. Oh, here's a good one. Here's a really good one. Favorite guard regiment?
Steel Legion.
Fuck! God damn it! The Vestroyans.
All right, well, I'm going to take the Death Corps.
Okay.
It's basic, but also, like, they're really cool. Yeah. But I love the Vestroyan because they're just like, yes, drink vodka, have good guns, fuck bitches, woo! And that's their entire aesthetic.
Yeah.
Also, it's cold as fuck.
Yeah.
What do you think of the new Lord Solar, and what kind of lore do you hope they write for him?
I don't really know much about him, to be honest.
If I remember correctly, he's pretty cool. I don't know much about him, but I remember he's a pretty cool tactical dude. He's not some jackass. Like, he's got a pretty good head and shoulders. I don't know a whole lot of lore, so like that's kind of as far as we're gonna go on that. But like, as far as I'm aware, he is a cool character. What is the meaning of life? How did we get here? Where are we going? What happened?
Mitchell just discovered that I took a fat shit.
Did you turn the vent on?
It is on.
Oh my god. Okay, what does it mean in life? How do we get here? Where are we going? That's a butter dog. That's a butter dog. Butter dog.
Yeah.
That's getting skipped. Sorry, bud. What are y'all's last meal? Ooh. My last meal is a 72-ounce steak, a gigantic fucking lobster, all the fixins, and I want to watch all 3 Lord of the Rings extended cut editions back to back to back. That's my last fucking meal. And a bottle of wine.
My dad's cooking. Doesn't matter what it is.
That's pretty fair.
My dad's cooking.
I'm pretty sure if you went to your dad, you're like, hey, I'm going to die after this meal. He'd be like, I'm about to fuck you up. And like, it would be like the best fucking food that has graced God's green earth in a long time. Yeah. You get 3 wishes. What are they and why? What are they and why? I'm going to butter dog that. That's too vague.
Yeah.
The one thing I would say is financial security. Because that's just me thinking about me and Jess's life together and whatnot. I don't want to make sure we're set.
Yep, that's pretty fair.
But beyond that, I'm a butter dog that.
Yeah.
Mitchell, what is y'all's last meal? Me and Phil have already answered.
Oh, give me a moment.
Mine was a 72-ounce steak, a gigantic, which is fun because a big ass lobster doesn't taste good as small ones, but also like butter fixes everything.
Yeah.
A 72-ounce steak, a gigantic lobster, all the fixins, a bottle of wine, and me watching all 3 all 3 Hobbit and all 3 Lord of the Rings unedited extended the director's cut back to back to back to back to back to back.
I said my dad's cooking.
Your dad's cooking is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I guess I was told Phil, if you went to your dad and you're like, hey, I have one last meal that I'm gonna die, his dad would make like the greatest food that has graced God's green earth in a long time.
So, mine is a childhood meal, and it's macaroni casserole, and that is
Matt Casserole can go pretty hard.
that is like the big old thick macaroni.
Yeah.
with like diced canned tomatoes, cheese, and bacon.
I'm actually gonna revise mine, keeping the hot Lord of the Rings thing. That's a meme of mine. But my grandma's cooking. Like whatever the fuck she want to cook, just my grandma's cooking. Because like that woman made some fucking amazing shit.
Yeah.
We said you get 3 wishes. What are they and why? I said I butter dogged it. Only thing I said was like, because it's so vague and so like wide open. Mine is like financial security for me and Jessica for the rest of our lives. But beyond that, I just butter dogged it because that's like such a wide open question.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Sorry.
You're good.
I think Phil butter dogged it too.
Yeah. I mean, like at this point, financial security.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't wish for financial
Like,
security?
like, give me the ability to do whatever the fuck that I want because money is not a problem.
Yeah.
We'd probably be doing this,
And like,
but in a much larger
and
capacity.
be perfectly healthy for the rest of my life.
Yeah. Exactly.
Be in like perfect shape. Yeah, I can get behind that.
My third one would be an amazing. The ability to be an amazing hockey player.
The third one would be the Death Note because some motherfuckers need to be put in the ground.
That's fair.
What are your favorite things about each other? Mitchell's feet.
Jacob's feet.
Don't fucking lie. Give me shit about my sandals rubbing off the sole of my feet all the goddamn time. Man, that's a hard one. Like, I don't know. I don't categorize my friends by what I like about them specifically. More just like they're a good person.
Yeah.
But like people have good and bad traits. That this is what it is. Like there's things about Mitchell and Phil that I would gladly beat them over the head with a fucking stick if I could. But like they're bad. Their good outweighs the bad, and they're just good friends of mine. And like I know if I was in a pinch, they'd help me out. That's basically it.
That's a pretty good way of putting it.
So butter dog. Moving on.
Butter dog. That's a spicy butter dog.
Next question is a butter dog. So
would you ever do a deep dive for the other gods characters? Would you ever do deep dives for the other gods characters like you did with Sigmar and Gotrek? Yes.
Yeah.
And that's actually things we plan to do. So like there you go. Spoiler alert for like future episodes. Other gods.
That's not. Yeah.
Can we never do a Bellicor episode? I don't know.
We're gonna do Bellicor eventually.
Guess we'll find out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is factually the best animal other than humans? Okay, mine is a tie between a platypus and the dick. Platypus because
I was also gonna say the dick.
Platypus because God really went, man. I want a beaver, hamster, duck, fucking like poisonous snake, egg-laying monstrosity, and dick because they're so fucking cute.
Yep.
Dude, the fucking. Have you seen how big a kiwi egg is inside of a kiwi?
Yeah.
Oh, no, that thing breathes.
Fucking.
Anyway, favorite animal?
If you say dog, that's fine because like
Crow.
dogs are crows are really cool. You can train crows,
But not grackles. There's a difference.
Yeah,
You can
no
train
actual crows.
You can
actual corvids.
You can train crows to bring you money.
Yeah.
To be fair,
Well, no,
birds in general are pretty cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
birds
no,
are pretty
like,
cool. They're not real, but they're pretty cool.
They're pretty cool.
Tests have been
They're
done.
just fucking dinosaurs.
No. Birds are real. Pigeons are not.
No. So tests have been done that have shown that like the 3 most intelligent forms of life on Earth behind humans are elephants,
Dolphins and birds.
dolphins, no, and crows,
And crows.
specifically.
Yeah. Like, you can have crows as pets. Like, they will 100% like, and they can talk like parrots and shit.
Well, some of them.
A lot of them.
Yeah.
But, like,
And then there's ravens. Ravens are terrifying. Ravens aren't as smart, but they
They're
have
terrifying.
very powerful mimicry abilities. That makes them sound like a D&D character.
what is fact the best animal other than humans? Oh, no, we're shit. Humans suck.
Yeah.
Next one. What are your best childhood stories?
We're talking about books. Frog and Toad.
Okay, if we're talking about books, it's probably, I think it's called The Littlest Bunny. Or The Littlest Rabbit. The whole story is about a mom, is basically about like a little bunny being like, oh, I'm gonna run away and become become a boat, and then like, oh, and the mom's like, if you became a boat, I would become the wind and like drive you home safely, and like it's adorable. My mom used to read it to me, and I love it. It's called The Littlest Bunny or something like that.
Apple's way up top.
Now,
8 apples way up top, something like that.
I can actually tell you my very first memory.
Boo.
I can tell you mine. It sucks.
Yeah, let's just go ahead and move on. Before this gets weird.
Moving on.
Smash your pass episode. Maybe. Who knows?
Maybe. We'll see.
If you've seen Markiplier's Smash. If you've seen Markiplier's Pokemon Smash video, it'd be a lot like that. It'd be funny as shit. What faction is the strongest at full power? Chaos doesn't count because that's an easy answer. Well, realistically, Chaos could never be at full power because like that would involve them having
faction?
free access to the mortal realms.
It would be Destruction.
Probably, yeah, because they don't really
That
give a
or
fuck
death.
about Luke.
Unless
Yeah.
we're talking about 40K. 40K is just the Imperium.
The Imperium.
Yeah.
Imperium at full power is just the Great Crusades, and we all know how that happened.
Yeah. Yeah. You mean that time that the Emperor almost managed to beat the entire galaxy?
I gotta do a little thing. It's Order actually, because Order has the most, and full power Order means they're all on the same side, not fighting each other. And that would mean Sigmar takes the field with his Stormcast and his hammer, and Alariel's there, full on life energy, and all the elves are there. Tyrion, that is all the facts of Order together fighting on the same side. And Order's biggest problem has always been that they fracture. Order's problem
it's the
is
same thing with death.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, so in this situation, would we go, which stage of Order? Order back when Nagash was part of Order? And Gorka Morka was part of Order?
No, I would say Order as it is right now, because back when then it was literally just Order and chaos, and that was it.
Yeah.
But I would say Order as it is right now, because that's still all of Sigmar's bullshit, all of Alariel's bullshit, all of Marathi's bullshit,
Yeah, that
all
would
of
be
the
the-
Dwarven
that would
bullshit,
be the
all
most-
the High Elves bullshit, all of the Dark Elves bullshit,
That would be the most gods. In
all
one
the
faction.
Seraphon bullshit.
Not to mention the dwarves.
Yeah, that's the dwarves. Yeah.
Yeah.
And full power implies all their gods are back and yada yada. Full power is everything.
Yeah, Valea comes back.
Yeah, all that shit.
Grungy
takes care of his kids.
Grimnir,
How,
Teclis and Tyrion.
how do you guys feel about the return of fantasy, and what faction do you hope finally gets an army? Oh my god, I'm so happy that
Kislev.
Olo's coming back, and I swear to Christ, if Kislev doesn't get an army, I'm gonna fucking cry.
Dude, Kislev.
Kislev, oh
Kislev.
my god. I'll play Tomb Kings and Empire, but I'm happy for Kislev.
Just want my Tomb Kings in Bretonia. That's all I
All right,
want.
Mitchell, you basic bitch.
Okay. Next one is, why don't we have Chaos Elves? Why don't we have Chaos Dwarves? And why don't we have Chaos Whales? Well, depending on how you think about the Eden of Deepkin, we might have Chaos Whales.
So
As far as Teclis is concerned, we have Chaos Whales.
the reason there's no Chaos Elves is Slanesh.
Kislev just eats them instead of converting them.
Yeah. And then what was the other one? Chaos Dwarves?
Chaos Order coming. They have to be.
There's
the
actually
reason-
there are Chaos Dwarves. They're just not
Yeah.
present at the moment.
Technically, there are Chaos Dwarves. The issue is just that,
Their god is there. Not,
yeah, Hashut is.
No,
as far as we're aware,
it's not-
Hashut's still
It's not
around.
Hashut. It's not Hashut.
No.
anymore, it's something
Hashut,
else.
Hashut is.
Is he?
Yes.
Oh yeah, they're gods here. He's just a minor chaos god.
Yeah. And they have Hobgrots. Hobgrots actually come from the Chaos Dwarves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Chaos Dwarves are here. They're just not a faction yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next question: have you ever seen Finding Dory? Yes, it was good. Not as good as the first.
Never seen it.
It's a good movie. I'm not dissing it. It's dude. Finding Nemo was so good.
Like I never seen The Lion King 2.
That's because
I don't remember what happens in 2.
Lion King 2 was mid. Now the Lion King 1.5.
Oh, that
Perfection.
fucking hilarious.
But no, honestly, Finding Dory is a good movie. If you have the time, I would suggest watching it. But it's not as good as Finding Nemo, because Finding Nemo is basically perfection. Bone Daddy Mitchell, have you made your own faction for IWC? And if not, do you have any ideas? I could steal Scratched Out.
Honestly, I have literally done nothing.
IWC?
It's If Worlds Collide. There's a Discord server in here somewhere for it. I may not have left it. I think I haven't done anything for it. It's so rough, and I was just waiting for it to be more fleshed out.
Is If Worlds Collide like if 40K and AOS merged?
It's an open source tabletop game.
Okay, cool.
okay,
All right,
gotcha.
cool. Next, I could steal Scratched Out. How do you do that on Discord? Scratch out a word.
It's a special function thing, like italics.
What is your best pickup line? I haven't had to date in almost 9 years, thanks to Jess, so I have no fucking clue.
Look. All I'm saying is,
At this point, my best.
the way I hooked my ex was literally just one day she started living with me.
That's
kind of how it
That is a
happened.
true statement. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I didn't pick her up. It was,
It wasn't sexual. They just started living together.
Yeah. No, literally. I'm trying to think. Literally, we just became friends, and I was helping her with some of the stuff that she was working on in one of her classes in college. And then we started becoming friends, and we just talked a lot. And then one day she was over at my house, and I was like, "Do you need a place to crash for the evening?" And she was like, "Yeah, that'd be appreciated." And then
She just
2
kinda
weeks later,
stayed.
2 weeks later, her shit was in my apartment, and it was like, "Okay, well, this is happening."
Phil
And
was
then 3 months later, we were like, "Wait a minute, are we dating?" I think we're dating.
It's funny as shit, because Phil came to my house about to talk about that, and he was like, "Man, she's living there. Are we dating?" I'm like, "Yeah,
That's dating.
You have skipped like almost every step of dating, and the only one you're like not on is like marriage at this point.
Yeah.
Like you skipped all the steps.
Yeah.
It was fucking. We gave him so much shit, but it was wild. Like it was just yeah. Like Phil woke up. Oh, you're still here? Yeah, cool. Oh, that's neat. And then like a month later, he's like, oh, you're still here? Yeah, okay, that's cool. And that was basically what kept happening.
Yeah.
I really don't have a pickup line. I just have like an opening question that is, what's your type of Pokemon? What's your Pokemon
Hey man,
type?
that speaks a lot. See,
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think my best pickup line would be like autistic flailing because I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing. Like I've been dating Jess for so long that I'm just like, ha ha, what are women? That's kind of what it is. I don't know what the fuck I would do. Besides fail miserably.
It's so funny. My parents are like, why aren't you dating people? And I was like, because I don't meet girls. And they're like, what about Julie? Julie has female friends. And I was like, yeah, except for the fact that every one of Julie's female friends is either gay or married. And they were like, oh, but like, she doesn't like meet people. And I was like, Mom, Julie hates hanging out with women more than I do. And my parents were like, oh,
Julie
okay.
and Jess bond over their shared hatred of hanging out with women. It's pretty funny. Well, I mean, if you want to go down that joke, you usually pulled on me like you couldn't.
No, don't bring that up. Do not bring that up. Do not bring that up. That is a joke in the friend group. I don't want to have to explain that joke.
I thought cool. Just note the threat is there. What do you think happened to the missing Primarchs? I actually have a really good theory on one of them, so I'd like to go first.
Which one?
I don't know, but it's just one of them. And so basically, there's a story, I think it's one of the books in the Horus Heresy, where Horus runs up on Sanguinius, killing one of his sons who had fallen to the Red Thirst. And Horus is like, what the fuck are you doing? And he's like, oh, well, like, my sons have this issue, and, like, if it takes control, they kind of just start drinking people. So, like, gotta put them down for the good of the Legion. And then Horus is like, why don't you just go to the Emperor and try and fix it? And he's like, what the fuck do you think happened to the last Legion that had a fucking problem and went to Dad? And like heavily implied that they were one of those Primarchs because they were the problem in the Legion, like the Red Thirst. And the Emperor was like, that's not fixable, delete. Yeah. So I fully think that one of the Legions just got Thunder Warriored by the Emperor because they had some weird defect in their gene seed that was causing more problems than it was solving.
And the other one died during that war.
The other one is Sigmar.
Actually, we don't know what happened to him.
No, the theory, there's a big theory that he died during...
He either died or he converted.
Yeah. Not necessarily to chaos, but the thought is that he converted to a Xenos species.
What's that one was of all the bugs, but that like the really, really bad one during the Great Crusade.
Oh, yeah, that one. I don't remember. There was one of the big campaigns in the Great Crusade where they basically had to pull, like, almost every legion in to fight these bugs. Because these bugs were, like, almost Necron-level tech. Yeah.
And it was a fucking problem.
Yeah.
Does that imply that the Great Crusade forces could have taken on the current 40k Necrons? And, like, bodied them?
They wouldn't have bodied them. But it's more of the fact that, like...
The Emperor was alive and like the Great Crusade was wild as fuck.
Yeah. Because one thing you have to remember is that the really big difference between the legions and the chapters is that, like, if a company level unit from a legion shows up and is like, hey, we can't handle this, then they'll call on their next level of organization, whatever that may be. And if that next level of organization can't deal with it, then they call up the fucking Primarch.
They just go up
and
the
Primarch shows up with his veterans, potentially the entire Legion, and they're like, okay, this shit's ending.
And if needs be, if they can handle it, Big E shows up. And at that point, like, there's nothing that can fight them.
Yeah.
Silent King. Like, the things that can fight Big E at full power are the Chaos Gods or full power Satan. Because full power Satan were basically Chaos Gods.
And possibly the Silent King, because the Silent King just wields so much bullshit tech.
And maybe some of the really spooky Quarks, because Quarks were fucking terrifying.
Okay. Before we go on to the next one, I would love to go get dinner.
Okay, yeah. All right, so I think that's going to wrap up the part 2.
Yep.
And we will be back after a short break.
Yep. Okay.